too high up, sorry. I'm covering chat slightly. Hello, my dears. Hi. How we doing? How we doing? How we faring on this fine evening? I am so ready to be mad. I am so ready to be mad. Welcome in. Welcome. Go off, thanks. Oh wow, you made notes? Oh, yes, girl. Alright, first order of business. Let's say hi to everybody over on YouTube. Hi, Zelius Crow. Hello, Angel. Hello, Vector. And Vector, you're good, honey. It's fine. It was more so just like, don't talk about it at all kind of thing. So thank you for the understanding. Hi, Yatta. Hello, Mas Dante. Hello, Chad. Hello, Arle. Hello, Devil Player. Hello. Hi, Vergil bin Separda. Hello, Noxon. Hello, Roosevelt. Hello. I had to watch season 2 drunk. My drink didn't even hit. I wonder, okay, did anybody in the chat watched it while inebriated by various substances, whether the alcoholic kind or other types? I'm curious. And if you did, how did it go? Like, did it feel like a really bad trip? Minecraft Steam. Google Docky! Exactly, I have the Google Docky in hand, okay? Alright, Twitch's turn now. Hello, Dan Bell. Hello, Aerodynamics. And congrats on being first, Arrow. Hi, Ren. I sugar, don't pick up the phone. Also, welcome into Ryu. Hello, oh my god, Accent. Hi, Accent. Welcome. And hello, Mas Dante over on Twitch. Hi, McShumi. Hi, Stuffed Crust. Hello, Zero. Hello, N. Hello, Little Cat Feet. Hello, Finnick. Hello, who else? Hi, Latte. Morning awawa morning to you too, my dear Latte. Waste of a drink is crazy. Also, oh my god, Shinjan, Shizun, hello. Hi, Arané, glad to finally catch one of your streams. Oh my dear, my lovely Shinjan. This is the stream ever to catch. I'm not gonna lie, this is like the RNA stream ever to be your introduction to me, to be honest. But before we get into our feelings, before we get into the meat of the stream, how are you guys? Oh my god, I choked on my own spit. How are you guys doing? How are we? Hello, Dardanelle, and hi, Reddish, and hi, Explosion, hello. Hello, Arne, I'll be hearing your stream while doing kerkom. Ganbate on the kerkom. I hope everybody in the kelompok actually does their work, because I've been there, done that, and it wasn't great. Hi, Peter. I'm quick checking because I'm gonna need to watch this still. Oh yeah, no. So anyone who has not watched Devil May Cry, oh my god. Little Cat Feet. You want me like yelling and cussing in autotune? Okay, fine, sure. Oh, and also croissant in autotune, I see. Alright. Croissant! Oh yeah, bener, 6-7. Oh yeah, congratulations on the fucking silly number, Peter. Goddamn. Hi, Rex. Hello, Rex. Great, I'm about to go home and play some Subnautica 2 early. Hell yeah! Hell yeah, I've been seeing so many clips of Subnautica 2. Shit looks crazy. In a good way. Also, we have to... Aku harus ngomong bahasa Indonesia, kawan-kawan. Aduh, sebentar. Mana sih? Okay, to anyone who is new, I will have to speak Indonesia for the next 3 minutes. Because someone redeemed me speaking Indonesia for 3 minutes. On Twitch. So yes, okay, 3 menit dimulai dari sekarang. 3 minutes starting from now. Also, I have to speak with auto-tune. So I'm sorry. Maaf guys. Oke, 3 menit dimulai dari sekarang. Mantap. Anyway, piye kabare kalian semua ya? Ayo ngamuk in Indonesian. I just want to point out before we really start, I actually like season 2 and I'm starting to think Adi really loves the reboot of DMC. That's fair. Karena, oke, nih gue ngoceh sedikit dalam bahasa Indonesia ya, nggak apa-apa ya. Gue itu memasuki season 2 ini, gue mulai nonton tidak dengan ekspektasi, ini bakal jelek, gue nggak akan suka. gue mulai nonton tuh nggak dengan mindset negatif. Gue nggak berpikir ini pasti jelek banget, anjing gue buang-buang waktu nih nonton ini. Tidak, aku mulai nonton dengan mindset gue pengen suka gitu. Mungkin nggak positif banget ya mindset gue, bukan ini pasti bagus nih, enggak. Mindset gue adalah gue pengen suka. Andaikan aku bisa demen nih sama season 2 ini, wah mantep sih gitu. Itulah mindsetku pas nonton. Jadi bisa terbilang kalau dibandingkan dengan fans Devil May Cry lain yang langsung gue hujat lah ini ala-ala, bisa terbilang mindsetku lebih terbuka daripada mereka sebenarnya. Bukan nge-gaslight, sumpah bukan nge-gaslight. Ya agak nge-gaslight. Enggak, bukan meng-gaslight diri sendiri. Ya, lebih ke kalau misalkan ada yang jelek dan ada yang perlu dikritik, akan gue kritik, akan gue hujat. Tapi kalau misalkan ada momen-momen yang aku suka atau ada momen yang bikin gue wah keren nih, ya aku tidak akan mengacuhkan hal tersebut, tidak akan ku kesampingkan, akan gue acknowledge, akan gue kayak oh iya oke, ini ada bagian bagusnya lah gitu, dan akan gue ya kasih ya credit where credit is due gitu loh. Itu mindset gue masuk ke sini ya. Petik hikmahnya aja. I'm hop over on Twitch as well. Siap Vector, selamat datang. I guess my proposition to bring up some positives before we go tearing ethics apart isn't approved. Don't blame anyone. Gue bakal ngomongin positifnya kok, karena keseluruhan dari stream ini adalah bagian pertama kita akan lewatin bagian live reaction gue. Jadi ini live reaction gue tuh ngetik ini semua sambil nonton guys. Selagi nonton ini gue ketik nih semua. Jadi bener-bener momen itu terjadi gue langsung react gitu. Jadi begitu udah live reactionnya kita kelarin sampai episode terakhir nih, episode 8 nih panjang nih anjir. Nah baru nih kita masuk ke catatan yang tentang the plot. Karena jujur plotnya lumayan membingungkan menurut aku. Bukan dari sisi plotnya tapi dari sisi karakternya. Kayak motivasi karakter ini kok gini, tapi kok karakter gitu-gitu. Menurut gue dari sisi karakterisasi dan bagaimana karakterisasi dinamika karakternya tuh kayak saling mempengaruhi satu sama lain, itu lumayan membingungkan. Makanya gue bikin notes kayak gini, per karakter gini gue bikin. Vergil paling panjang nih cok. Vergil panjang banget anjing, satu halaman sendiri. Okay, we're done. We're back to English. Alright, let me get rid of the Indonesian batsu. Also, hi mom. Welcome mom. Hello. That's a huge document, yeah. Also, I used a very unserious font to talk about this unserious ass show. I hope you guys don't mind. I'm about to watch Arctic Crash Out while building my favorite mobile suitable time. Life is good. I hope you the best of luck in building that shit. I hope no small parts get slip away in like tiny crevices you can't reach into, okay? Crazy how Virgil's Yamato can cut through the fabric of space and time, but not Arius's robotic arm. I forgot about that moment. Explosion. We'll talk about that later. The notes get longer. They do, baby. They do. I'm about to rip Mr. Shankar a new one. Bro, maybe add someone who's hooking up with a girl. Oh my god, Gamateren. You got this. Quick to move on, I see. Nah, I'm just joking. It's good. That you're marching forward. Sans, right? Yes, Sans. Comic Sans is the most serious font. How dare you slander it? True, exactly. Okay, guys, unironically, when I was still doing classes in university, I wrote all of my notes in Comic Sans. I wrote like half of my undergraduate thesis in Comic Sans. I wrote my undergraduate thesis proposal in Comic Sans. I wrote fucking everything in Comic Sans, and it was the one thing that kept me sane throughout university. So, I agree with you, Arla. We should give credit where credit is due. It's a very serious font that got me through education. Also, hi, Spider. Hello. Yamato also can't cut through things in the game either. It's fine. Lady blocked it with Yamato. True, yeah. She blocked... What? I forgot what she blocked it with. Did she block it with Kalina An? In DMC 3? Something like that. I remember that, actually. That wasn't an Apusa, it was the Beelzebugs from Devil May Cry 1. Oh, I see. Yeah, I was thinking like, these little shits look different. But anyways, okay, so let me explain to all of you how this is going to go. Alright? Now, disclaimer before we start. Oh my god, Snow Dog, thank you for the 15 bits. You can't see the writing because it's like white text on a white background. I'm so sorry. But yes, thank you for the 15 bits and thank you for the giant head pat. That's so sweet of you. Mwah. Thank you. Anyways, a little bit of a disclaimer before we start. I walked into season 2 of Devil May Cry not with a negative mindset. I didn't walk into it thinking I was gonna hate it. No. I started episode 1 thinking, I want to like this. It would be cool if I liked this. It's not entirely a sort of, oh, I'm definitely gonna enjoy this show, starting it, wow, I'm definitely gonna like it. No, it wasn't that. It was more so like, I am giving this thing a shot. I hope I like it. I hope that I won't hate it. So it was more so me giving it a chance and being like, if there are parts to criticize, I will criticize them. But if there are parts that are good, if there are parts that I liked or enjoyed, I'll give credit where credit is due. I will acknowledge those good parts. I will acknowledge those parts that I liked. And yeah, just give them acknowledgement. So I would say that I walked into it generally more open-minded than your average Devil May Cry fan on Twitter / Reddit, where everyone is just like screaming, spittle flying all over, demanding, Shankar's head on a pike. Like, in general, I would say I'm walking into this more open-minded than that kind of person. So, yes. I thought it was funny how the cutesified Beowulf made his voice a lot higher. Beowulf he jump scared me when he first showed up. I was like, oh my god, wait, why'd they make him kind of ooh-woo? Why'd they make him kind of ooh-woo? My American friend did the same because he wanted to see Vergil do cool stuff, and did cool stuff he did, actually. I will definitely be talking about a lot of the cool stuff that Vergil did. Expect disappointment, and you won't be disappointed. Fair. You have more experience with the series than him, which is really funny, considering that I started playing Devil May Cry because I watched the show. To anyone who's new here, yes, I started playing the games because I watched that fucking show when it first aired in March of 2025. I was bored. I was procrastinating writing my thesis. So what do? I binge-watched season 1 in a single night with very, very little knowledge of what the hell Devil May Cry is. I watched it, I realized JYB voices Dante, I'm like, oh my god, Vash the Stampede, I love Vash. I'm gonna keep watching. I finished it in a single night, I freaking loved it. I go onto Steam, I realize, oh shit, the whole series is on sale on Steam for less than $20. Why not? I buy it, I play games 1 and 2. I played both of them on stream, yeah. I played like the latter half of 1 on stream. I played 2 on stream as well, but I only played it on Twitch, so those VODs are like gone to the ether. And then 3, 4, 5, I went through them. 5 I'm currently playing through right now. So I guess I think due to that experience, this show also holds like a tiny little special place in my heart. Because if it wasn't for that fateful night in March, I would not be the woman that I am today. I would not be the Vergil simp that I am today. So we're going to be doing this for season 3 too. I was about to say, bold of you to assume there's going to be a season 3, but shit, I just remembered. I read a post somewhere that they greenlit season 3. So yes, we will be doing this for season 3 and 4 and every other season that comes out in the future. Who knows? Fans may cry the anime. This series taught me not to overpromise on marketing. True. The issue that a lot of people have with this show is that if from the beginning this man was honest and he said right from the get-go, hey, this is not going to be accurate to the games. This is going to be an alternate universe sort of thing, kind of like DMC Reboot. The vitriol and backlash would not be as harsh as it is. It's like Dream's face reveal. Do y'all remember when Dream was like, he announced his face reveal like it was a big life-altering event that would affect the stock market, and that he even sent like early face reveals to other content creators, and then people thought, oh my god, he's going to be so hot, and he actually does the reveal, and people are like, oh shit, and then bullied the hell out of him. It's like that. Shankar should not have pulled a dream face reveal. Like, he should not have pulled a dream face reveal. At least even the peak of games. My autism took Vergil as a special interest, so I'm very hyped for the stream right now. You are so real for that! It wasn't my autism that made Vergil my special interest, because I don't have autism, but I think it was my thirstiness. It was my thirstiness that made me a Vergil simp. And also, you know, general appreciation for his character and whatnot, but yeah. It also motivated you to download PGR. Too bad Vergil is collecting dust on that account. True. Yeah. Did I uninstall PGR? No, I did not uninstall PGR. It's still on my computer, but will you do a review of the eventual movie? Peter, don't speak such things into existence. Adi has everything planned out for 10 years, his own words. I saw that tweet. I saw the tweet where he's like, I can write Devil May Cry forever. La 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 la. And I'm like, oh my god. But here's the thing though. If Shankar does make do on his words, and he does end up writing the show for the next decade, unfortunately, I will be very seated. Unfortunately, I'm gonna be watching every single season as they drop. Because I'm like, yo, sunk cost fallacy, I'm in this deep now, might as well see it through to the end. It's literally your type, white-haired boys. Exactly, which is why the Sparta boys are just so bad for my health. Oh, Shankar will write 6. Shankar, I swear, not Peter, I swear to god. Peter. Not all DMC fans even played the PGR crossover. That's how you know Arané is legit. I was so thirsty for content. I decided to download a new gacha game when I promised myself I wouldn't touch another gacha game, you know, for the foreseeable future. Stockholm Syndrome hook, whatever you want to call it. Unfortunately, I'm very seated. I can't wait for his Nero. On one hand, I'm scared shitless. On the other hand, I wonder how he's gonna handle Vergil having Nero. Because Nero's existence is such a point of discourse and debate and contention in the fandom. Some people are like, it's just a one-night stand. Other people are like, it's probably like some sort of transaction where he fucked like a higher up in the order in exchange for like information or whatever. And then there's the people who are like, no, Vergil's not that type of person. He definitely fell in love with her. Like, so much debate about what happened the night Vergil boinked. So I wonder how Shankar is gonna handle that. I'm not gonna lie. It's like a very morbid curiosity. Very, very morbid. I'm not gonna lie. It's basically a repeat of Netflix's Castlevania all over again. The story itself isn't great, but it's not terrible. It could even be good with some adjustments, not even big ones, but only if it's its own thing. Yeah, I agree. I haven't seen Castlevania. I saw the first episode and I was bored as shit, so I stopped watching it, I'm not gonna lie. I watched it for the really sexy vampire, the purple guy. I forget his name, I'm sorry. But then I realized, oh, he's in the second season, Castlevania something. Like, he wasn't in the first season, so I was like, oh shit, and then I lost all motivation to watch, so. I swear if Nero becomes Dante and Lady's kid, I would. If that happens, I swear to god. I liked season 2 more than most of the people, it seems. Still got countless things to complain about, but still. I think season 2 is better than season 1. That's what I think. We haven't even got it started on the Google Doc yet, we already talked a lot. Yeah, it's already been 25 minutes. We're nowhere near starting the Google Docky. No, not that purple guy. The sexy guy in the purple outfit in Castlevania Nocturne, was it? Yeah, him. It would be funny if he cast Ruben as Nero. Oh my god, that'd be way too meta. I tried to make us discuss the positives first, but Milady doesn't seem to be on board with the idea. Actually, I think we're kind of gonna do that because... Okay, so let me explain to you all the structure of this stream. Also, good morning to you, Dot. Hello, my dear. Welcome and good morning to you. You're about to start your morning by listening to your local anime lady rant and rave, and I hope it's gonna be a fun time. Let me explain to you all what we're gonna be doing. This stream is gonna be split into 2 parts. I guess 3 parts if we count the pre-stream yapping that we just did. Okay, anyways, 2 parts. First part is gonna be us going through my live reaction notes, because these are notes that I took while watching the show. I was watching that shit with my phone in hand, right? This is me, like, these are my actual knee-jerk gut reactions to certain moments while watching the show. So some of it is gonna be good, like, some of it is gonna be bad. For example, why is Arya Scottish? Alright, some of it is going to be good, like the soldier praying, "Hail Mary, full of grace," right as Lady slashes the jailer's legs was cool, I guess. So some of it's gonna be good, some of it's gonna be bad. Some of it is gonna be just like mad ravings as we go along. And this is per episode, by the way, so yeah. Then, as we finish down until the final episode, until the season finale, once we're done with this... Also, some of it is in Indonesian. Some of it is in Indonesian. I'm gonna have to translate this as we go. But yeah, I was so mad that I couldn't even think in English. I was so mad, I reverted back to my factory settings. You have to make me really mad to make me talk in Indonesian. Yeah, a lot of, and also you can see me like getting mad in all caps. Alright, once we are finished with the live reaction notes, we're gonna go to my notes about the plot. Because me personally, I found the story really confusing. Mostly due to the character motivations and how they all intersect and affect each other. That part really confused me, which is why I have like notes for each character. And as you can see, Vergil's notes are like the longest. Oh my god, Vergil's notes are so long. Compared to like Dante, who's just like... Wait, where's Dante's note? Yeah, Dante's literally just like orphaned at a young age. Unironically, most social party here. That's all I had to write about Dante. Which I think this part in and of itself is like a testament to how there wasn't enough Dante in the show. This was my complaint in season 1. It is also still my complaint in season 2. But yeah. Anyways, this is what we're gonna be doing this stream. Okay? Yeah. Having let the bodies hit the floor when Vergil goes through the... Okay. Opinion. I liked that part. Like when the first lyrics came in, like, "Let the bodies hit the floor," I was screaming. I was like, yeah, you're all gonna get fucked up. So, one of the instances where hype moments in Aura, actually kind of worked, not gonna lie. Both seasons had barely any notice to Dante. He doesn't get much. Even when he's on screen, he often feels like a side character. Exactly! Like, oh my god! You know, me only writing 2 sentences about Dante is like, it's testament to his presence in the plot, which is like, very inconsequential. It definitely feels like a Lady and Vergil and sometimes even Arius show, like towards the end there. I was like, oh my god, wait, there's this part where I complain about Arius' scream time. Wait. Here. Why are we getting Arya's backstory? It gaff, bruh. It gaff. You could not pay me to give a gaff. Alright. And the Dante we got isn't Dante either. It's a Nero reskin. I haven't given much thought about Dante's like mannerisms in the show. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've given thought to his characterization, yeah, but like how he acts and how he speaks, I haven't really given much thought to it. It's definitely not. It's a far cry from OG Dante, but like I wouldn't go so far as me personally. I don't think I would go so far as to say he's a Nero reskin. No, probably not. Wait, did you see my Arius video? Just wondering. I saw the thumbnail and I saw the title. I put it in my to watch list. I haven't seen it just yet. Cool thumbnail, by the way. I feel like some of the needle drops were a bit much. That's a fair take to have. But yeah, my personal take, the Let the Bodies Hit the Floor needle drop. I liked it. I liked it a lot. But also I'm very biased because I that man is my husband. So whatever he does, I'll think it's cool. Sorry. To be fair, Netflix version of Arius is an improvement on the original because in the game Arius is a nothing character. I liked Arius. Did you know that Arius is voiced by Dewalin from fucking The Hobbit? That's who's his name? Something McTavish? Don't tell me there's corn or some shit. Oh baby. Didn't Adi at some point say that he didn't like Dante that much? Did he? I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the type of hater who like goes out of my way to look for Adi Shankar clips or interviews. Like the only instance in which I willingly watched a clip of him speaking was that viral clip where he was on a podcast and he said that he saved Devil May Cry, the franchise, or something like that. I don't know. That was the only incident in which I willingly subjected myself to him speaking. So yeah, I don't know. If he did say that shit, Jesus fucking Christ. George McTavish, yes. I was like, what? That's crazy. I'm not gonna lie, at first I thought, okay, maybe it's just my brain not being able to distinguish between Scottish voices and Scottish accents. At first I thought it was Mark Strong. At first I thought it was Mark Strong, but no, it's not. It's George McTavish. Anyways, this stream is about to be a long one. We're still having a chat. Yeah, we are. Alright, enough yapping. Let's do some more yapping, but this time we will be talking about my live reaction from each episode. Okay, let's go into episode 1. The Fallen. There's no Dante in this episode. It's still kind of Lady setting the stage for everything that's about to go down. There's some Vergil, etc., etc. There's some the episode getting us up to speed with the situation in hell and like the fucking the colonization attempt from America to conquer hell. Oh my god, that still cracks me up. Also, disclaimer, I'm not going to be talking much about, like, Makai and how Makai and the quote-unquote Makaians are treated as a narrative tool, because if we get into that, I'll be a lot harsher, and I would like to keep some thoughts to myself. So, for this stream, we're just gonna keep it mostly strictly to, like, the characters and the characterization, alright? Wait, the show has a season 2? Salahuddin? Yes, my dear. It has a season 2. The season 2 has been out for like about a week now. Big fan of the Comic Sans. Thank you, Juanya, my dear. Thank you. Also, welcome. Welcome in. Hello. Yeah, there is Dante, but he's frozen cold. He's like the dead wife haunting the narrative. But yeah. Now, this part pissed me off when Lady in the beginning was given orders to infiltrate Mundus's throne room, and then we get like a montage of her like looking really guilty and then trying to save the demons, like the Makaians in the jail cells or whatever, and this pissed me off really bad because I was like, girl, stop with this like moral dilemma that you keep going back and forth on, because it's not interesting, it's not productive, it's not reflective, whether for me or for Lady herself. Because it's like, even after she had her like quote-unquote awakening, you know, about how, oh my god, not all demons are bad, la 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 la, even after this fucking awakening she had in season 1, she's still tranked and iced him in the season finale from season 1. Like, why would you do that? Why? Why? Why would you do that? So yeah, this part pissed me off. To be fair, the girl was traumatized as a child and indoctrinated by the only father figure she had. It ain't Our Lady, but this little struggle isn't unreasonable. It still ticked me off, honestly. I guess it's not that I was ticked off because I thought me being pissed at this is not me being pissed at her for being badly written, because like Danville points out, it's a reasonable struggle to have, especially if you've been basically groomed to be a teen soldier, you know? But this is me being pissed at her as a person. This is me being pissed at her as a. This is me personally being like, oh my god, you're so fucking stupid. But yeah, from a character standpoint, yeah, it's understandable. Like breaking out of propaganda in a way that, you know, you've been surrounded by it your whole life. It's definitely hard to break out of that. She's still a fed, so yeah, she's still a cop, so that's a minus several points for lady. Conquer hell, what is this doom? Yeah, actually. Also, the conquering hell bit though is like a little bit interesting because there's two different parties who are working together to conquer hell. But like one party, aka Arius, is like using the other party to his benefit, aka like, you know, Baines and the United States body of government. Still is bad writing, yo. It pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Maybe she tranked and iced him because she believed that he would see her side. Like, you know, maybe she like after he woke up, she wanted to explain her side and be like, I did this, you know, for us, so you can like contribute with me, and basically being like, be a cop with me, Dante. But which is like really annoying. But obviously, in episode 2, when Dante actually wakes up, we see that that is not the case. Nuh-uh, iced him because orders. But like, why did she say yes to those orders though? Like, she had a choice. She could have disregarded the orders. Like, she's high enough on the Darkcom food chain to be able to do that. She had a choice. She made the choice. So I'm gonna judge her on that choice, you know? Peter, I swear to God. Also, yeah, most of this is just me being like, oh wow, live reactions to the different demons. When I saw Goliath, I was like, what? Okay, so we have Goliath here. Damn, that's crazy. I remember seeing the design and being like, he looks so not auriful. Like, he looks really bad. Maybe because the scale wasn't big enough, like, he did not look very large. Animated, so. I cannot believe that Peter lived through all that. Wait, Peter who? The Goliath looks like someone drew Goliath from memory! That's so true! That's really true. It's like someone tried to draw Goliath during like, Gartic IO or something. According to him, he was still dangerous to be around because his blood is valuable and stuff. I see what you mean, but I stand my ground. She had a choice. She made that choice, and I'm gonna judge her on it, and my judgment is She wanted to help the Makaians, but froze the guy that could help her. I mean, I think she took the order because she thought her freezing him was her helping him. I think. But still, dude, come on. Also, yeah, this is me being like, why is Arius Scottish? It caught me off guard. Good voice. And I do like Arius as a villain. Okay, one thing that Shankar gets right is the villains. Because Arius is pretty good. I really liked the White Rabbit in season 1, I'm not gonna lie. Very compelling. You know, sadistic character, I liked him. But yeah. Between White Rabbit and Arius, though, I prefer Arius. Interesting guy. Then I saw Beowulf and I was like, whoa! Also, apparently, okay, so I saw those like bug creatures that were eating the soldiers. I thought they were Ampusas, but yeah, no, I guess they're not. Apparently. Not Ampusas. Beelzebubs. From DMC1. Also, doesn't Dante mention in the final episode, like, oh, what do I call you? Lucy, Lucifer? Oh, what if I called you Beelzebub? Right? In episode 7 or 8? That was weird. The Pussy return? Apparently not. I just saw that they were... I saw that they were insects, so I was like, okay, those are Ampusas. But I guess not. I dumped 5 punchlines into Goliath's stomach, see all it took was one well-timed javelin missile. Just some random bug demons, I see. Beelzebub. Oh. Oh. Beelzebub is the name of the actual demon. Right. Either way, they were ugly as shit and not intimidating at all, so. The part where it was kind of going back and forth between Lady infiltrating Mundus's throne room and the person like trying to shoot the bazooka into the Goliath's stomach. That montage was cool, and then when they timed the Hail Mary full of grace with her like slashing the shit out of the jailer's legs, like I liked that. I thought that was pretty nice. And when I saw Jester, as you can see, I was like, bitch, what is you doing here? What is you doing here? What's going on? What's going on? You didn't have Kalina on Echu at that point, I would have one-shot him. I only watched season 1, so I'll just listen to the yapping. Oh, I'll be doing enough yapping for both of us, don't you worry. And okay. I know Mundus was plucked straight out of DMC1, but I liked that they did that, you know, accurate, sexy voice. When I tell you I found out Mundus was Ray Chase, I was gagged. I was so shocked. I was like, Wallahi, astaghfirullah. Wait, where did I say Wallahi? Where? Oh, this one. I was really shocked when I saw like the redhead working for Arya, so I was like, what? Okay. But then it gets revealed later that they're just a bunch of clones of the same person, so sure, I guess, fine. I liked how Mundus before becoming king is just smaller Mundus, yeah. That was funny. Since season 1, all of the demons were super nerfed. They're more like an alien species rather than interdimensional beings. True, yeah, like, the show never really succeeds at capturing how terrifying they're supposed to be. You know? Yeah, I typed this when it was revealed by Kai or Lucia or whoever the fuck you want to call her, that, oh yes, my master Ouroboros killed your mother. So I was like, oh my god, demonic Elon Musk killed Eva. So yeah, that's why I typed this. Also, hi Snow One, I'm Vergiling it. Hello. Yeah, lady said Dante was too dangerous to be left out there because his blood and the sword would be able to open the portal. Oh, but they acknowledge in universe that it was a wrong choice. I think Lady is just written to be a character you get frustrated with the ending having her say she belongs with the worst of humanity. I don't know if that makes her a good character, but she's not automatically badly written for being flawed in ways that are intended. I agree. Yeah, like, if people being annoyed at Lady and being like, oh my god, girl, seriously? In a way that, like, she has her reasons for acting the way that she does, which makes sense given her background, given what she's dealing with, given the cards that she has been dealt. Like, they make sense. Is she badly written? I don't think she is, but she still annoys the fuck out of me. So, They're really pulling all-stars with how many new characters? A lot of fucking new characters. I have some opinions about Lucia as well later, so we'll get into that. But yeah, I was like, oh wow, Jester's here, and he's also a cop. Jester is also a Fed. That's crazy. Like father, like daughter, I guess. Oh my god, yeah. And then when I realized the plot is kind of an amalgamation between DMC2 and DMC3, I was like, oh my god, if Argosac shows up, they better not ruin the cunty-ass design, right? The gender-fluid cunty-ass design. Spoiler alert, they did. So, that was annoying. Oh, Bloodline and Agency. Lucia was in the first season as some random devil hunter operating in USO. That's my opinion later. I mean, I might as well just say it now. My thought process was the Lucia that we saw in the first season is a Kai clone, or like a clone of the original Lucia, who went rogue and decided to defect from Ouroboros and Arius or whatever. That's why we see her in season 1. That was what I thought. But yeah, I only came to that conclusion like way down in my notes. Yeah, and I like the scene with Vergil and Jester when they were together on the cliff. And Jester trying to like goad Vergil into going to Earth. I thought that was cool. Holy shit, the secretary that set herself on fire was fine as hell, by the way. I'm just saying, girl. Also, yeah. You can feel my rage pouring out of me. You can feel my anger just like roiling off of me when I wrote this shit. It really feels like a jingling keys moment. It felt like a really, really bad jingling keys moment. Actual vitriol. Literal, pure, unadulterated vitriol. Like, oh my god. All the clones are fine as hell. I mean, it's Lucia. Of course they're all fine, right? Lady is Ballyrin. She's more of like an exposition character in season 1. I think Lady is better in season 2 than she is in season 1 in terms of her progression. But I'll gather my thoughts as we go along, because unfortunately I have a kind of a bad memory, so the reason why I took these notes is so that it can also like jog my brain when we finally get down to discussing stuff, so I can actually remember what happens in the episodes. How do you do, fellow kids? Ass moment, literally. Did they have the chair meme? Oh, honey. Yes, they did. Multiple times. It was bad. Also, so when Vergil, like, goes down to the throne room, okay, question, why is there just, like, a random bar outside of, Mundus's, like, castle? There's a random, like, demon tavern just, like, attached to the castle. I mean, fair, I guess, you know, if you want your most... I guess it's a place to hang out for all of, like, the higher-up demons, like, the big general demons to hang out, but still, it was kind of funny. And I saw Nevin there. I was like, oh my god, Nevin. Crazy. I feel like they're trying to cover up the flaws with references. No, exactly. That's why I said it's like a bad keys jingling moment. They were like, oh look at this, look what we can do. We understand the memes. Ah, la 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 la. Elise used the chair later on in the series and use it as something Vergil threw at Dante when they're fighting. That would have been funny. Yeah, I think it pissed me off because the chair, like, I don't know. It was just so out of place. They're always ready to serve Mundus, yeah. And in that crowd of demons, I saw Nevin and I saw Beowulf again, so that was cool. And then, yeah, we get to the realization that, okay, so Vergil is a victim of grooming. Now, the premise of what would have happened if Vergil got found by Mundus instead of just being left to die by himself, or like, you know, or just being left to fend for himself. The premise of it is interesting. I did like the initial idea. It did not end up in a good place, unfortunately, which is a shame, because again, the premise is interesting, but we'll get into that later. Hi Zaminion, hello! Welcome. Worst thing about the chair is it's such a big thing in the fandom now, but it was never official. Yeah! I did it first, I made the chair official. Oh fuck, don't remind me. Also, yeah, the chair is not official, like, guys, please. You really do have choice words for this one. Yeah, I did, Falca, I did. I have eaten up Fix with that premise. I love it. Exactly, like, it's a really good premise. It makes the dynamic between Dante and Vergil so heartbreaking, because Dante is just staring there looking at his brother being like, you're being manipulated, you're being brainwashed, and Vergil is like, la la, I can't hear you, I have a new daddy now. Like, it's heartbreaking. But it doesn't end up well. Like, the ending, the loose ends being left there, just really annoying to me. And then, of course, the episode ends with Vergil fighting those, Darkcom soldiers, and this was the let the bodies hit the floor needle drop, right? Again, opinion. I loved it. I thought it was awesome. I'm biased as shit. Alright, I'm a Vergil simp through and through, so whatever that man can do, whatever that man does, I'ma like it. I'ma kick my feet, bite my nails, you know, twirl my hair. I thought it was sexy. I loved it. But yeah, the fact that they even got the jump on Vergil in the first place pissed me off. Yeah, the scene was cool. The fact that he let those people fucking tase him and he dropped Yamato from being tased. Oh my god. I understand that it's like anti-demon gear and it's the exact same gear that they used in season 1 with Dante. You know, I remember people complaining about like, oh my god, Dante wouldn't have never ever let Lady shock him or blah blah blah. But yeah. Like, I get it. I get that it's supposed to be anti-demon gear. But hey, Vergil was like trained by Mundus himself. I mean, imagine OG Vergil, right? OG Vergil in DMZ3, like that man was self-taught. He was autodidact. He was that scary. Can you imagine how much of a better place he would have been if he had Mundus to train him? Like, yeah, he had actual guidance when training. You would think he would be able to sense the people about to fucking kill him, but no! They still got the jump on him, so that was annoying, but the rest of the scene, I liked it. It was really cool. I liked the way he fought. I liked the fight choreography as well. I was raging as they electrocuted him, like Vergil would never be jumped like that. Exactly. Like, even if the equipment was strong enough to, like, incapacitate him, which I guess we've established that it does, because it's anti-demon equipment, the fact that he stayed still as they, like, surrounded him, that was annoying. I'm actually going to be a defender of the chair scene in this. People are gonna end me. That ban button looking real delicious, Spider. Nah, I'm joking. I never do that. Please, give me your differing opinions. I love discussions in this household. It's fine. We are 2 seasons in, and we haven't seen one Royal Guard use. Oh my god, proof that Shankar is at least a casual gamer. True! No Royal Guard whatsoever! That's crazy! Hi, I'm new. Is this homework? It's me being really, really mad. Enom nom nom. It's me. It's kind of homework. It's me being mad at the show. Also, bro, Vergil can literally use DT at will, but didn't use it when he was captured by the military. I think that can... Okay. I saw some people... Actually, no, I didn't see any people say this. This is just me pulling stuff out of my ass, but maybe he thinks like, oh, I don't want to waste my true devil form on these miscreants and worms. Maybe? That seems like a Vergil thing to think. I'm the homie who looks for homework streams on Twitch and tries to help out. Oh, baby girl, no, honey. This is not that type of homework, unfortunately. That reminds me, my friend said that Vergil never did a single judgment cut. Is that true? It's hard to tell. There are some moments where there's like a judgment cut animation in the air. Like, there are moments where he'll slice through shit. Like he'll do a single move with the sword and boop-de-doo, stuff is like sliced through, but he never does the thing where he like kneels down on the floor then like slowly and in a very aura-full way sheathes Yamato again. Like, that never happens, unfortunately. Vergil trained by Sparta as a kid and later being trained to be Mundus' general prior to DMC1. The only redeeming thing of this adaptation is the animation. Definitely attracted new fans if nothing else. I'm a big fan of the animation. Yeah, the fight scene choreography was pretty good. There are judgment cut adjacent moments. Yeah, there are judgment cut adjacent moments, but he never does the super cool thing he does, where he like, you know, he kneels down and then like very slowly sheathes the Yamato again, like all auraful and cool and shit. Never does that, unfortunately. We rant in time? We rant in time, baby. Yeah. Why are my messages getting deleted? Anyways, I was saying that Vergil can block bullets in episode 3, but couldn't block the grapples in episode 1. Wait, that's so weird. I'm not the one deleting those messages, actually. What? I am not the one deleting those messages, huh? Huh, that's It's really weird. Is there some sort of ghost mod? I don't know. No mods should be here. All of my mods are over on Twitch. That's so strange. Sorry, explosion. Damn. Oh, and I forgot to mention, Vergil holds his sword backwards. He did? Also, thank you for the follow! Thank you for the follow. Thank you guys. Following for the community, y'all are sweet. Oh my god, thank you. Honestly, Nom Nom, this is the stream ever to join the community because you're about to see me be quite cross. OMG, people be like, shiny new thing, me likey. That was me when I watched season 1, and I'm grateful that I thought it was cool, because yeah, it introduced me to the games. I swear we aren't at this high cortisol most of the time. Yeah, we're like mid cortisol levels most of the time, I wouldn't say. Also, hi Riftwalkers, hello. The fighting made me so mad. Really? Did you? Did it make because of Vergil's style or how so? I have beef with Vergil's fighting style in anime. Seems like too much Dante. I agree. It's not like he fights really dirty. He fights nasty. And on one hand, I like it because it looks really sexy, and thought of Vergil just like fighting so nasty is like, oh my god, that's hot. But on the other hand, yeah, he's like not as clean, not as calculated. But how much can we chalk up Vergil's inconsistencies and deviances to him being basically raised by Mundus? Like, it's unfortunate, but yeah. It'd be happening on YouTube. Sometimes my messages don't show up on your screen. What the fuck? YouTube! Stop being so annoying! Hashtag no censorship. Come on, YouTube. Oh! Oh, what? Wait! Oh, we're at 2,000 followers?! What?! We're at 2,000 Twitch followers! What? Hey, let's go! On this stream of all streams? Wow! Hey, yo! Are you in top chat or live chat on YouTube? I am on... Oh shit, I'm on top chat. Shit, thank you. Thank you so much, Spider. That's annoying. Yes, thank you guys! Thank you, Twitch! Thank you for the follows, everybody! Thank you, I really appreciate it! Ooh, thank you! Oh my god! We're at the big 2K for both the platforms! I have 2K subscribers on YouTube and 2K followers on Twitch! Wow! Thank you! I mean, Savage Vergil is hot, but it could be shown with his usual fighting style. Yeah, to be honest, okay, I was so distracted by how sexy he was when he fought that it didn't really cross my mind at all. Like, I never once did I think, huh, he doesn't fight like Vergil. Like, to be honest, I did not think that at all. I was too busy kicking my hair, kicking my feet, twirling my hair. I was like, okay, sorry. Congrats, Arané, but we're still your favorites, right? No, I have no favorite children, and I have no favorite subset of Moonbites, okay? Stop this civil war that everybody keeps encouraging. Oh my god. I was too happy I bumped my injured toe. No, Latte, the one with no toenail? Your naked toe without the nail? Oh no. I also noticed the fighting later when watching AMVs. Exactly, Hag, exactly. Like, he's too sexy, sorry. If Adi keeps this up, if he makes season 3, you'll be hitting 2,500 maybe. Who knows? Alright. And then I end the episode just kind of being really ticked off at Lady. Like, not Lady herself, but I'm ticked off by how her moral dilemma is written. Like, I understand that this is Shankar's attempt at writing a character who is victim to propaganda and victim to... I wouldn't say, yeah, like, Lady is also a victim of grooming. You know, she was groomed to be a fucking soldier when she was like, what, 15? 14? I don't know. She was written in a way that doesn't... How do I word this? But yeah, like, it's being dragged out, and it's not poignant, it's not reflective, it's just really cumbersome to go through, to be honest. I don't know yet where to put this in my script, but the sequence of events is confusing. Vergil goes to Earth, has this let the bodies hit the floor scene, and the next thing he does for some reason is go right back to Makai, driving a truck and freeing the demons from that prison, before going right back to Earth and bringing photos for the talk show. I don't really get the order of events here. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really notice that it was a very confusing sequence of events. The talk show sequence was pretty funny though. Bonk, go to Hoodie jail. Never! You'll never catch me alive! He wrote her perfectly, because she's clearly meant to be frustrating. But is it like good frustrating or bad frustrating, where we feel like we are... Like, I want to say that I'm pretty tolerant towards characters who are annoying or frustrating or morally gray, etc., etc., if they're written well. But here it's like, I'm not sympathetic towards Lady. Like, I'm not sympathetic towards her plight. I think it's because she's a cop. Okay, it's probably my inner bias affecting how I see her, but I think the fact that she's a cop makes me feel like, oh my god, what the fuck is this whole moral dilemma? Like, ugh. But then again, you know, she's a cop because she was groomed into being a cop. I know, but yeah, I think I'm letting my prejudices kind of affect how I look at her, you know? Talk show was bonkers. Talk show was really fucking funny. It was hilarious. It was hilarious. But yeah, I mean, her being there, you know, was also driven by the trauma she had as a child. But yeah, I didn't like the whole conflict she was going through that much. But I acknowledge that she is going through this because of her circumstances. Like, yes, she is a victim of her circumstances. I acknowledge that. But in my opinion, it's still written in a kind of really annoying and cumbersome way. Alright, that's what I think. Episode 2. Yep, this was the first thing I noticed, and I was like, bitch, you're joking. I was like, bitch, you're joking. I like how Vergil, who was an extremely sheltered kid, immediately goes to American TV for his first move as an ambassador. I mean, it was really funny. It was hilarious. I don't mind Lady being a cop, but at the same time, Lady being a cop. I know, right? Also, Vergil frees demons that are kept in prisons by humans, but has no problem with Mundus keeping demons in prisons that Lady freed in episode 1. Maybe he sees those demons as traitors because they were helped by humans? That's me trying to, like, rationalize. But yeah, honestly, at this point, I'm not quite sure. Do I think Lady is badly written? I don't know. I don't think she is. But I just found her annoying. But being annoying doesn't mean that, you know, you're written badly. 1 hour per episode, might as well do a watch-along. Fuck, true. I know I usually cap my weekday streams at 3 hours, but I have a feeling we might go longer. I have a feeling we might go longer. But yeah. Now here's my issue with the way quote-unquote Makaians and Makai itself is treated in this realm, in this show. It's the reason why Devil May Cry works, the reason why the story is beloved, the reason why the story works, you know, despite a lot of people thinking that the story is second to the gameplay. The reason why it works is because the premise is simple. Why is it simple? Because it's character-driven. It is a character-driven narrative. The story progresses because the characters go through development and realizations, and they grow and they change, etc., etc. And so, trying to build a story like this, where you're having some really heavy-handed socio-political commentary, it doesn't, number one, not the IP to do this. Number two, I don't think it's a good idea to make an allegory for immigrants with a species that is inherently different to humans, and in fact is sometimes portrayed as being inherently evil. I don't think that's a good idea. Like, stop. Don't do that. Hello, goons and goonettes. Hello, shades. Welcome in. Wait, the episode that we're talking about now is called Shades. That's crazy. Politics reminds Devil May Cry? Okay, art, you can use art to do anything. I am of the opinion that you can use art as an escapism. You can also use art as a tool of communication, as a tool to spread your message, as a tool to express your opinions. You can do whatever you want with art. That is fine. But DMC is not the IP to be doing this with, in my humble opinion. Do I agree with the message that's being said? I understand what he's trying to go for, but the demon allegory falls really, really flat because of the fact that these demons are they're not humans. They are biologically and fundamentally different too. Even within the universe, they're different. So it's like the allegory falls really, really, really flat. My god. And also the parallels with the real world, where Makai is kind of portrayed as, oh yeah, like they have like a really evil dictator leader, and all of like the top ranking demon officials are like really, really evil and want to exploit the people and want to conquer other realms, you know, but like all the lower level demons, like they're fine, all of them are innocent, blah, blah, blah. And then like it's somehow I don't like the parallels that is drawing there. Like, what's the implication here, you know? Is handled not in a very not delicate way, and I don't like that, right? Makai can work, but the allegory is questionable again. Wrong IP. Yes, it can work. Other stories have done these allegories gracefully and wonderfully, and it gets the message across, right? It doesn't really happen here, you know, because there's Shankar is trying to do so many things. He's trying to make the character development happen. It's not happening in a really good or graceful way. And then he's trying to juggle all of that with the socio-political commentary. And he's falling flat on that end as well. And it's just like too many fucking things going on. Stop it. Low-key colonialism, not gonna lie. Yes, exactly, Peter. Like, dude, come on. There's supposed to be just demons from hell or the underworld, IG. Yes, I agree. The reason why the Devil May Cry story works in the games is because it is a simple character-driven story. Not the IP to be doing this with. It also undermines Sparta as a character. Demons aren't as bad as they should be, and saving humans from them feels empty then. Yeah, because it's like, then why, you know, if... then why did Sparta do what he did, etc., etc. Also, Sparta fucking slander. Deadbeat dad Sparta is crazy. Not too much on my goat. What is this Sparta slander? That's insane. I already talked about this when I go on rants about season 1. But yeah, the Sparta erasure and the Sparta slander is crazy. How are demons different from humans in the show? They're different physically, but it's kind of shown that they are similar to humans in that they have like a power system, and that like humans, the people at the top are portrayed as like tyrannical and evil, but then the ones at the bottom of the food chain are just like normal people with families who just want to live. So yeah. But the only difference is like they're the same kind of like socially, but in terms of physical appearance, obviously they're different, and they have powers because they're demons. Ari did glaze Mundus in one tweet. Oh my god, of course he did. I used to think the Sparta change had potential. I hate him now. Exactly! Like, oh my god. Like, what? Oh, not too much of my goat, Sparta, please. Also, yeah. Yeah, and then there's the lady workout montage before Dante wakes up. Unfortunate that the montage wasn't much of a montage. It was just her, like, working her traps for, I want to say, like, 10 seconds. That was it. DMC has been in my watch list since it came out. Nom nom nom. I recommend, okay, if you do plan on watching it, I recommend to not take what I say here to heart, because if you are going into the show completely blind, having known nothing about the games, I think you'll like it. I think it's a fun watch if you know nothing about the games. How do I know this? Because I was also you. I also went into it knowing nothing, and I enjoyed it, so, you know. Is there like a historical war between humans and demons? Is there context? Yes. Yes, there is. There's like about 2,000 years of history there that will be explained in the show, don't worry. Even the reboot didn't change Sparta that much, yeah. Mundus in the finale was like, Vergil, Sparta was my goat, man. Yes! The way... Honestly, okay, here's another thing. I like Mundus because he is such an evil, gaslighting piece of shit. Like, his manipulations... He manipulated me, too. Like... Okay, the cool thing about Mundus is that Mundus doesn't just manipulate Vergil, he manipulates the viewer too. For a second there, I believed that Arius was the one who killed Eva. I fully believed it. I was like, wait, so did Arius actually kill Eva? That's crazy. And then it gets revealed in the end. Okay, the annoying part of that whole arc is that the reveal that it was actually Mundus who did kill Eva just fell really flat and anticlimactic, which is disappointing because the build up to it was so intense with, you know, the viewer themselves also being manipulated. But yeah, I thought he was cool. Mundus is better than in the reboot. That's like not a really high bar, to be honest. Mundus in the reboot was he was kind of a loser, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, Mundus was cool. I'm not gonna lie. Girl, it's literally just 2 scenes. Exactly! It was just her like putting on her like equipment and then her like working her traps for like 5 seconds. It was unfortunate. Mundus was really bloody cool in the show. I enjoyed him. He was, yeah, and also I had a kind of a breakdown about the voice actors in the show. So, for a second there, I thought that Arius was Mark Strong, aka Merlin from Kingsman. I think it's because I'm Asian, so I have a harder time distinguishing between European accents. So I thought that Arius was fucking Mark Strong. I googled it. No, it's not Mark Strong, but it was fucking Graham McTavish. God, Netflix DMC insulted me there at the end. I just felt insulted and rage baited, especially with the dream where Rebellion got shattered by Arius. That was really annoying. That was unnecessary. Netflix Mundus needs a Bob Barbas. He's a propaganda machine. Also, hi Heck Geo, welcome. Mundus sounds so zesty, dog. He does. But yeah, I found out that fucking Ray Trace is Mundus. Guys, according to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal, is Mundus. That's crazy. Oh my god. But yeah, no, I found out that Ray Chase is there along with JRB. So I was like, okay, fucking cast Max Middleman too then. And then wait! Ryan Colt Levy voices a bunch of extras, actually. If you guys don't know, he is, fucking Denji from Chainsaw Man. So yes, Denji is in the background doing some other voices, which is crazy. I actually read somewhere that the reason why you might see some, like, prevalent names doing a bunch of extras in the background is that sometimes it's a scheduling coincidence. I remember Alex Lee telling the story of how he became the background characters in, like, some animes is because he was recording lines for, his actual, like, main roles, and then he meets, like, a casting director there being like, oh, hey, Alex, what's up? Yo, hey, actually, there's, like, another recording happening on the other side of the building, and we need some extra voices. Do you have some time? And he'll be like, oh, yeah, sure. So I'm guessing, like, maybe that's what happened here with Ryan Colt Levy, but it would've been funny. Ray Chase is amazing in JoJo as Bucchiarati? Is that how you pronounce it? Is it Bucchiarati or Bucchiarati? I can't do Italian, sorry. Oh yeah, I've heard of that too. Yeah! So that's what I thought probably happened with Ryan here. With Denji. Ryan Colt voiced the Hail Mary soldiers and many Darkon soldiers too. Yes, he was a lot of extras. He was in a lot of voice lines here in episode 2. Also, yeah. Another reason why I thought the Vergil getting groomed by Mundus plotline had such big potential is because it makes the dynamic between Vergil and Dante so really tragic. Not more tragic, I want to say, definitely not more, but it's like tragic in a different way. It makes it so deliciously angsty. I do like it. Yuri Lowenthal is always some dude dying in the background. Oh, that's hilarious. And also, yeah, my opinion. I like Joabi as Dante. I do like it. You can't unhear Nero. Of course you can't, because Joabi's boyish cadence is so him. You know, you can't really mistake him for anyone else, but you can hear that he is trying to sound like Dante, and I appreciate that. Oh, Dante and Vergil did fight on Abraham Lincoln's lap too. It can be argued to be more tragic, but I ain't gonna argue for it. No, Daniel, please argue for it. Like, to me, it is really heartbreaking because with this going on, it's like Dante feels so much guilt over Vergil, right? That's one thing I enjoy. That's one good thing I like about about Dante's writing, is that his trauma is really explored. With the flashbacks of him being guilty about Vergil, etc., like, it's very much explored, and it's established that he feels so guilty about what happened. And then suddenly Vergil's back, but he's on the side of fucking the dude who killed their mama. Like, that's crazy. And so Dante is like, Vergil feels like he was so close to getting his brother back, but then he gets snatched away from him right in front of his eyes, even though he's right there. It's crazy. Vergil is walking PTSD trigger for Dante. Yeah, like that scene in season 1 where he freezes up and he's like, when he sees the mimic demon, like, copying Vergil. That was a good moment. That was a really good moment. And kind of a little taste of what happens in season 2, to be honest. Joyby is a good VA, but there's a multitude of people who can do a Ruben Langdon. Yes, we love Ruben slang. We love Ruben slander in this household. Yes. Joyby did audition for Dante at first, but Shankar be like, I wrote this specifically for Joyby is a bit questionable, mainly because it puts unnecessary pressure for Joyby. I remember him saying that. I know that he said that because you guys told me he said that. Unnecessary thing to say. I agree. Yeah. And yeah, it goes to the scene from season 1 where, like, Vergil breaks in and then frees all the demons, right? I was like, oh my god, shut up. No, you're not the storm. Shut the fuck up. Save that for when you're 40 years old. Come on, Vergil. But yeah, that's another annoying part, is that a lot of references that I feel like would have worked much better if it was like an older Vergil who has gone through all the bullshit from DMC 1, 2, 3, and 4. 40-year-old Vergil, like, come on, like, you're not the Storm, you're like 18, you will become the Storm when you're like 45. Not now. Shut up. Dante's guilt is done beautifully. It's juicy, right? The guilt is so good. The guilt is so good. And okay, I have a hot take. I have a hot take. I think the people who will like really love this show, and I'm not just talking about like, you know, I'm not talking about the fans or who think, oh yeah, it's decent, it's okay, it's a fine watch. I'm not too crazy about the details or whatever. It's like it's a fine adaptation. I'm not mad at it. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about the ones who like love the show, who love the season. In my opinion, feel free to fight me. There's two people who are gonna really love season 2. Number one. Wait, no, three types of people. Three types of people who will really love the show. Type number 1, people who have never played the games before, and this is their first foray in Devil May Cry. Probably, yeah. Type number 2, the Dan Lady shippers. I'm not that type. Type number 3, you guys know me. You've seen me play Coffin of Andy and Lily. I feel fine in saying this. The third type of person who is really gonna fucking love season 2 are the Dante x Vergil shippers. And I'm not gonna lie, I do fall into the last category. I don't love the show. I don't love the season. I have many gripes, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you guys that, oh yeah, the dynamic between Dante and Vergil was whatever. It's fine. It's passable. No, I thought it was fucking delicious. I'm not going to lie. I really, really liked their dynamic in the oh my god. The way it was written, yep. That's it was written for me specifically. It was written for me specifically, okay? Arané, what would you say to someone who wants to get into DMC and wants to watch the show? Watch the show first, then play the games. Because if you want to actually like really, really enjoy the show, I think it's like, because the show is divisive and some people argue it's mid, some people argue it's like whatever, I think it's good to start with the show first, because it's like, oh, you think the show is fine, but then you play the games and the games are even better than the show. So in my opinion, yeah, watch the show first and play the games. You remind me so much of my friend. It's scary. Well, you must have a really cool friend. There really is a hot take. I'm guilty of reading some fics. No, you're good. This is a judgment-free zone, okay, Hagal? This is fine. Arané, you said a hot take, but you're dropping a thermobaric nude. If anyone wants to fight me on this, feel free. I'm inviting all of the discussion and all of the debate. If you want to disagree with me, feel free, okay? I'd love to talk to you, but yeah, that's what I think personally. Few things are written really, really well, okay? Arius was cool, right? Mundus, and not Mundus himself, but rather the way Mundus manipulates and gaslights and brainwashes, that's cool. Dante's guilt is really good, and Dante and Vergil's dynamic, exacerbated by Vergil's like different backstory. I think it's cool. The charm of Dan Lady is in the fact that it was not canon. Now this is just cheap way they introduced it to us. Thank you. Yes, another hot take from me. Sometimes I think a ship is better when they're not canon. Well, sometimes I think a ship is better when they're not canon in the source material, because when something is not canon, you can go crazy with your headcanons. Your imagination goes wild. But if something is canon, it's like, okay, now what? You know? I'm heading out now, Arané. Got some friends to meet up with. Have a good stream. Thank you, Dot. Thank you, my love. Goodbye. Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. And I hope you have a good meetup with your friends, yeah? It really is 1 hour per episode. And honestly, I feel no inclination to like speed up. I have so much to talk about. I don't care if we stop stream in like another 4 or 5 hours. I need to yap. I need to yap. I hate the part where they say we are the sons of Eva instead of sons of Sparta. There's gotta be some low-key misandry. It's a choice. I don't know how to feel about that yet. Like, within the context of a show, it makes sense. Because, unfortunately, Sparta is written to be a deadbeat fucking dad in the show. You know? Like, Dante and Virgil have absolutely no reason to believe that Sparta actually loved them. Despite everything that happened, you know? Literally no reason. So, it's annoying if you compare it to the OG games, but within the context of how the show went down and how the story of the show went down, it makes sense. To be fair, it's still not canon, unless... I mean, they kissed like twice, and they were heavily implied to boink. So, also, do you guys think they fucked, or did they just like take their clothes off and nap on the bed? Because that was crazy. When that happened, I actually yelled out loud. Okay, I'm very grateful that my house was empty when I was watching it, because I was, you know, I was watching on the big TV in my living room. No one was home, so when the camera pans to Dante being topless in the bed, I screamed out loud, "They fucked!" So yeah. I like that scene within the context of the story because Sparta in this world is a cock. Oh my god. Fair. Maybe season 3 will put Sparta front and center and mess with us again. Oh my god. Honestly, I can't even imagine how season 3 is gonna go. We're gonna get into that later, but... Any additional backstory to Arius makes him better than DMC2. Arius, literally, the I was beaten by daddy is such a kind of overused trope right now. I liked Arius's character. I don't like the background because it's so unnecessary. Who gives a fuck that he was... It's like, sorry. I don't give a crap about, like, the childhood thing. But him being a reincarnation was, like, cool, I guess. But, yeah, just too many cuts to him being in his childhood, I guess. Because, like, I don't give a gaff. You could not pay me to give a gaff about fuck-ass Arius of all people. Probably just the tip kind of situation. I must not think that's crazy. Insane thing to say. But, okay, yeah, true. Maybe they were just, like, dry humping. Who knows? Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Okay, and then the JoJo reference in episode 2. God, this would be cool coming from literally any other franchise, but I can't help imagining Shankar rubbing his little fingies together like, haha, yes, I'm so cool for putting in a JoJo reference, and now I'm like, ugh. This is basically how I feel every time there's like an Easter egg or a reference. You know, my knee-jerk reaction is to think, oh my god, a reference, but then I imagine this happening, and I'm like, okay, never mind, it's not cool anymore. JoJo reference got me heated like never before. I know, right? Like, usually it'd be cool, but because it's fucking Hadi Shankar, I'm like, oh my god, no, it's not cool. We're not gonna give him credit. They're both adults, so I think we all know they fucked. I agree with Masdante in that they probably definitely did some heavy petting, maybe dry humping, maybe some hand stuff, but full-fledged, like, boinking? I don't know about that. Also, thanks for the hydrate. Oh my god, I need to hydrate. You can hear, like, the rasp in my voice. My house was not empty and I was raging throughout that scene. That's so real. Girl, chill out, have a drink, thanks. No one cares about Arius, he just became a punching bag. He did. He did. Also, yeah, when Lady tells Dante that, oh, you can trust me this time, like, no, bitch, you can't. How are you? Here's another thing that pisses me off about her. Her having a whole moral dilemma about the demons, about her father figure, etc., etc. Okay, fine. It's still annoying, but I can chalk it up to her circumstances. Lying in Dante's face and telling him that, oh, you can trust me, when you know damn well you're plotting to, like, it pissed me off so bad. It pissed me off so bad. Silly Dante never trusts a bed. Do you guys think that maybe she was written like that on purpose? Like, No, actually, I don't want to give Shankar that much credit. But yeah, she is written to be like a cop through and through. Would you be able to go against Batman of all people after he raised you for half your life? Okay, to be fair, it's not Batman in season 2, it's someone else that I don't know. Vergil didn't have a single good moment. Whoa, wait, not too much on my baby boy. I think there were some parts where he was like pretty awful, I'm not gonna lie. And yes, here is where I talk about Dante. Yeah, I do like this exploration of Dante's trauma though. In canon, by all accounts, he should be a deeply fucked up person, but simply never shown in the brief vignettes we see of him in the games. Can't speak for manga/books because I've never read him. I've done a bit more looking, and apparently it is addressed in the novels and the manga, so I definitely need to hop on those soon. But in the games, you know, in the brief vignettes, it's not really talked about. Is it a good exploration? Very much up for debate, and we'll see how it unfolds later, but I like the concept. And then I don't really talk about this at all in the later notes, but when it unfolds, I came to the conclusion, yeah, I do like it. I do like it. And because the way it culminates into his dynamic with Vergil and how he talks to Vergil and how he treats Vergil, yeah, I thought that was okay, you know? Also, not a single lady swear so far. Another take. I think all of Lady's swears. Okay, you can really tell that they toned down Lady's swearing in season 2. I think that's kind of funny. Maybe the backlash of people, you know, complaining about the cussing actually did something. And in my opinion, all the instances in which Lady swore, they were all deserved. Every single time she swore, I thought, yep, that you deserve to swear, girl. That was batshit crazy. Go drop that F-bomb. That was nuts, you know? Hi, Arané, sorry for no paragraph today. Oh, it's okay, my honey, it's fine. Hey, that's totally cool, and I hope shit gets fixed quick, Lane. That's crazy. Bane's new VA was definitely trying to emulate Conroy's Batman in his performance though. Yeah, you can hear it. You can hear it, absolutely. There was one time her swearing bothered me, that was it. Which part was it? I actually forgot what was her first swear. I think it was fucking. Oh, you're not a fucking something. Yeah, I think it was, oh yeah, it was towards Arius. Like, Arius said some, like, out-of-pocket shit. And she's like, oh, fucking something something. And I was like, yep, that's well deserved. He deserved that. The problem with the twins is that they don't talk about emotions. Their trauma and everything should be show, don't tell. The amount of openness was a bit OOC. True, yeah. That's the reason why I don't think... Like, that's the reason why I would not go so far as to say that their dynamic in the show is more tragic than in the games, because they're both really, really sad in their own different, unique ways. In the games, it's like they're both so fucking emotionally stunted and emotionally constipated, and they're dancing around each other, like the way they dance around each other is just so, oh my god, you know? So it's very much a deviation from the games, but I don't mind it. I don't mind it because, again, it's like, I think it's because, you know, I internalize the fact that this is Devil May Cry fanfiction, and I've read many an OOC fanfic in my life, so it's like, it doesn't bother me as much, even though I do acknowledge it is very much a deviation from the OG characterizations. In episode 5, fuck this, he's just an asshole, something about the... Oh, Lucan. Delivery on that was weird, everything else was perfectly fine. The you shouldn't swear joke to the little girl at the end was actually deserved. The you shouldn't swear was really, really funny towards Maddie. Dante has ebony and ivory yet barely uses them or any weapons or devil arms. The lack of what? Maybe they'll do devil arms later. I don't fucking know. Maybe they're gonna introduce devil arms with like Trish. Maybe I've got no clue. But yeah. Did I have to mention that Dante puts ebony and ivory in a side holster instead of in the back? Oh yeah, true, he does do that. Jeez. Oh yeah, also, I love this line that Lady told Kai, I think, because she's never referred to as Lucia. She's always referred to as like Kai or no name or whatever. And then when Kai like glazes the fuck out of Arius, Lady's like, how many licks does it take to get to the center of an Armani boot? And I'm like, yes! Get her again for me, girl! And then this is the scene with Nell. And then yeah, okay, someone tell me if I'm incorrect, but I kind of interpreted Nell as like calling Dante handsome or something. Did I hallucinate that? I'm pretty sure that happened. I don't know. Am I the only one who started to feel like the references were being used like jingling keys? Sionus, I literally wrote that. I literally said that. I wrote this in my notes. I've said that the white chair is a sad attempt at jingling keys, being like, look at we get the memes. Like, I think the same. Yeah. That's the beauty and the sword too. Yes, that line, that's line. I was like, oh my god, wait, Gil flirting with Dante? Oh my god. That was funny. And then, yeah, I thought the scene with E and I was good, but the music was a bit out of place in my opinion. This is one of the needle drops that I thought was not great. Yeah, this is the F-bomb. And then when Vergil called Hopper, I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck is happening? Also, Lucia was in season 1, so that wasn't her. I think, my theory is that the Lucia in season 1 is also an Arius clone, but she like defected and then escaped or whatever and then became a demon hunter on her own. So that's what I think. I don't think she was necessarily flirting, but Nell did call him a beauty. I choose to believe that she was flirting because it's funnier. Okay, let's go to episode 3. Wow, it didn't take us a whole hour to talk about episode 2. Impressive. Nell in the novel also tried to be a bit flirty, but that was just how she is. No deeper meaning, I see. Also, so this first paragraph is me like trying to make sense of Vergil's character and why Vergil acts the way that he does and why Vergil is so content to be on Mundus' side. Mundus groomed and manipulated Vergil. He didn't tell Vergil about Sparta's betrayal and even made it seem like he and Sparta were always on good terms, painting his father as a hero. I guess this is a manipulation tactic to ensure Vergil's loyalty, because even though he never met Sparta, he grew up on Eva's stories of Sparta's heroism. The kid looks up to his dad regardless. Yeah. Does he love Sparta? Probably not, but does he look up to him? And did he just grow up on stories of Sparta being the good guy? Definitely did. So yeah, that was me trying to like rationalize Vergil and why he acts the way he does. No offense to the VA, but every line from that fucking president sounds like he's on the verge of tears and it annoys the fuck out of me. I think that's the point. Thankfully it didn't grate on me too bad, but yeah. Yeah, that was her story in DMC2 as well, but she fights against Arius when she finds out. I see. I'll be lurking, have a good one. Happy lurking, my dear. Nell is the kind of mom that always teases you with remarks that shouldn't have come out of her mom's mouth. Fair. Okay, and this is the reveal where, like, Mundus gave Yamato to Vergil. And then, yeah, this was when they said that, this is when Mundus tells him, oh yes, Neil Angelo is your true form. I was really pissed about it, but then it gets revealed that it's not actually his true form, so like, this is fine. You know, we can skip over this. Lady just standing there, okay, this part. Lady just standing there with a flat ass face, knowing that she's facilitating plans to fucking, not kill, but like, you know, maim or bleed Vergil out of mere chance to kill Mundus is fucking crazy. Like, how does she have the audacity to even look Dante in the eyes? Oh my god. Yeah, it's like, for the first few episodes, she is just standing there looking Dante in the eyes and lying through her teeth to his face. And it's like, oh my god. Like, I guess it does show her feeling guilty later, yeah, but it's like, oh my god, girl, that's crazy. Like, in my opinion, her having the ability to lie like that through her teeth is not a testament to her circumstances. It's a testament to like her character, and it's like, oh my god. Ugh. It just kind of makes me sad, because if now she shows it up, it won't be because she's narratively relevant, but to act as a walking set of jingling keys. That's a fair take. His DT sucks. I talk about his double trigger later, actually. Snake. My only question is, how did Mundus have Yamato, and also how did Dante have Rebellion? True, yeah, because it's like, they were never given to them, right? In the OG games, Sparta is not a deadbeat dad. He's very much present in his children's lives. He trained them, and he even gave them their respective swords. So what the fuck happened here? I don't know. Maybe they're gonna expand on it on episode 3. I'm getting so into my discussion that I'm freeze framing every 1 second. I'm so sorry. Also, I need to burp. Hold on. Okay, sorry, I'm back. Hello. Still pissing me off because Nilo Angelo was supposed to be a literal binding curse. I believe that Vergil explains to Dante that Nilo Angelo is not his true form. Nilo Angelo is his quote-unquote disguise that he puts on. Like, Nilo Angelo is what happens when he constantly channels a low level of demonic energy. And the reason why Mundus calls it his true form is because, oh, this is a form that you use to shed off your sapient skin. Of course it's your true form, it's your demon form. But Vergil's just like, haha, no it's not. I have my actual demon form, motherfucker. It's my devil trigger. So yeah. So annoying. Oh man, why muted? Nathan, come on. Please. Really? I may be fallen royalty, but that doesn't mean I've forgotten my etiquette training, okay? Also, yeah, this is me being upset about Lucia, because it didn't really hit me that that's not Lucia just yet. So yeah, I was like, oh my god, what'd they do to Lucia? But no, it's not Lucia. It's Kai, or whoever her name is. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I make a guess, like, literally a couple seconds later. Okay, my guess is that Nilo Angelo isn't Vergil's true form, that once he sheds off Mundus' influence, he'll unlock his actual DT. And that does happen. Also, Robbie Damon, I love you, but wallahi. I ranted about this last stream. Okay, I ranted about this last stream. Robbie Damon is a really good voice actor. I love him, okay? He's great. He's so funny. Handsome man. Great man. Talented man. That's not Vergil. That's not Vergil. Like, with JYB, I could at least suspend my disbelief and be like, okay, he sounds like Nero a little bit. But no, yeah, that's Dante. Sure, I can believe that that's Dante. I cannot believe for even a second that this performance is Vergil. Robbie did good, but the script he's working with doesn't do him justice. Yeah, like, maybe it's a combination of, oh my goodness, who? Svay, hello, Svay, my dear, welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you, much appreciated. Allow me to introduce myself. Hi raiders, my name is Arané Purnama, fallen sorceress and professional yapper, because right now I am yapping about season 2 of the Netflix Devil May Cry show, talking about everything, what I liked about it, what I disliked about it, what I hated about it, what I would change about it, what I enjoyed about it. So yeah. But yeah, no, Svay, thank you for the raid. If you need to raid and run, because I know it is late as hell for you, feel free. But if you want to stay and chill, that's fine too. Welcome in, welcome. Yapping her head off. Yes, I am. Hello, Ara. Hello, Svay. Welcome in. Welcome in. What's this about Netflix DMC? I'm ranting about Netflix DMC. That's what, rant. I will say this, Netflix Vergil, while still far from the original, is closer than Reboot's Virgin was. That's not a very high bar, but I do agree with you, Danville. Yeah. They tried to give Vergil even more aura with that voice, but his original works because it has a tinge of dorkiness, and Vergil is truly a silly bean. Yeah! We didn't really get much silliness from here, so okay. But here's the thing, I think it's a combination of the script not being great, plus Robbie's naturally deeper and gravely voice, plus the voice direction. I didn't like the voice direction because it's like, even if we don't think about the tone, even if we don't think about the deep voice, like the delivery, the way words are said, etc., etc., it's like that's not Vergil. That's not Vergil. Okay. Also, oh my god! 5 months with Arané yapping Mage Knight. Thank you so much for the subbies. Thank you. And thank you, Bad Zozo, for funding Mage Knight subbies. Actually, wait, I think I remember a subscription in the beginning of the stream. Actually, hold on. Let me filter subs and Dan Bill! I'm so sorry I missed your resubscription message. Congratulations for 4 months. And yeah, thank you Zozo for this gift subbies. Yeah, thank you. And welcome in Rexy. Hello. Hi Rexy. I watched 2 episodes. Season 1 or season 2? And did you enjoy them? I didn't like it. 2007 is better in my opinion. I cannot contend to that because I have not seen the 2007 show. I need to. Raiders, help us. She's locked us up in her basement yapping about her love for Vergil. Yes, I have, and there's nothing you can do about it. Also, Lift, thank you to the membership once again. Mwah, thank you. Thank you so much for the membership. Thank you. 2007 is on YouTube in one long video. Watch along? Wait, is that gonna get my channel DMCA'd? It probably will. But the thought of it is funny. I saw Vergil call Eva weak and had to pause for 5 minutes before I could continue. I was livid. Okay, I'm gonna talk about how Vergil sees Eva later, okay? Hold your horses. Anyways, so we are getting to the scene where Vergil and Dante are fucking fighting. Are fighting in front of the monument of, I don't know what it's called, but like the big thing, the big long thing, yeah, that. I like resubscribe only for the kiss. JK, I was just broke, but I'm good. No. Hey, totally fine if you don't have the means to get membership. Being here and just, saying hi and being in chat is more than enough for me, but I really appreciate you making the effort to rejoin again, okay? Even if you just did it for the kiss. Outside of their fighting styles being way too similar for my taste, that fight was great. Yeah, the reason why Vergil and Dante fights are so cool and hypnotizing to watch, in whatever game they're in, is because they have such distinct fighting styles, right? One fights dirty, is more, maybe not dirty, but like a lot more stylish, doing a lot of moves that are impractical, but, are flashy and showy. And then one who's definitely still flashy and showy, don't get me fucking wrong, Vergil is also a little drama queen, but he's flashy and showy in a subdued way, in a way that's more clean cut, And that contrast is what makes their fights so cool. Was the fighting in this episode not cool? It was cool. It was fucking great. The choreo was awesome. But I do agree with Daniel in that they just looked a bit too similar to one another. I also wrote notes on how it went, and it spanned for 10 pages. It was roughly 2 pages per episode. Girl, mine is 12. Can you see the page number, actually? Yeah, I know, you can see it now. Mine's 12 pages. Wait, where's the... Okay, there it is. Now, alright, unpopular opinion, but the Dan lady is so forced. Again, the Dan lady is just so unnecessary in my opinion. Again, I feel like I'm biased because I already don't really like lady here. But it feels quite forced, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. Have fun, Arané-chan. Time to end my shift. Bye-bye, Kotanyan, and thank you for stopping by. I miss Vergil's beautiful leg kicks. His legs are gorgeous. They really are, aren't they? But yeah, he fights a lot more dirty here. And I'm not gonna complain much because it does sound sexy. I just mourn the contrast that he usually has with Dante. Dante is having fun as he fights while Vergil is desperately trying to be all cool and collected while periodically letting the facade slip just a bit. He doesn't want people to know that the fight gets him going just as much as it affects Dante, right? Forced, not really. Rushed, definitely rushed. Really rushed. A little bit forced. Here's the thing. Original Dan Lady from the games, I love them. They're so sweet. You know, like, the fact that they're not canon just sends my mind to various places, imagining them together. You know, imagining and like drawing the parallels between their backstories, and like OG Dan Lady is fun. Here it's like, Dante, get up off the floor. You deserve better. You know? We got to see Dante and Lady kiss and we cringed. That's the most impressive thing Lady does in the show. I mean, the kisses, in and of themselves, individually, as isolated moments, I thought they were cute. They were good kisses. Well-animated kisses, sure. Petition to put Dante on fraud watch. Alright. And then here, this is me kind of rambling about myself, about the differences between OG Vergil and Netflix Vergil. If you guys have different takes, and if you, have a differing opinion, feel free to bounce ideas with me back and forth, but this was my takeaway. OG Vergil's motivation to become stronger, the strongest being on the planet, as a trauma response against the shit that happened in his childhood. He never wants to feel weak ever again, damn the consequences. And all of this is also subconsciously influenced by his guilt. His inability to do anything about what happened back then, right? Now, Netflix Vergil's motivation is now to prove that he's stronger than Dante, and also because he feels indebted to Mundus, and it's just really weird. And also the thing with Mundus is that, okay, I'm gonna talk about this in more in depth later, but Netflix Vergil was taught to value power by Mundus. It's not a lesson that he picked up on his own through his travels, through his like inner turmoil. His view on power was taught to him by Mundus. Maybe later, when he goes against Mundus and he still holds the same opinions, like, yes, that changes, but the initial seed was planted by Mundus. And that is what annoys me about Netflix Vergil, you know? You know? Also, yeah. Vergil blaming Eva is fucking crazy. He would not say that, he would not say that, he would not say that. I was freaking out over Verge shit-talking Eva. Because it's like, I guess Mundus never shit-talk. Okay, so Mundus never said anything about Eva. Like, Mundus never said that Eva was weak, but Mundus did drill in the lesson to Vergil that his human side is weak. Your human side is fucking weak, and your human side comes from your mom. Therefore, you could fill in the dots yourself, and Vergil did fill in the dots. And when he filled in the dots, he's like, okay, I'ma blame my mom for me being weak, la la la, and it's like, oh my god, that's crazy. That's crazy. In the games, the problem with Vergil being not as talented as Dante is that it's literally not necessary. Exactly, like, the childhood rivalry that they had, and then, like, Vergil having resentment towards Dante is so unnecessary. And I'm not even doing this as a comparison to the original lore. I'm saying that, like, Vergil having resentment towards Dante doesn't do anything within the context of the story in the show. Like, it was entirely unnecessary in my opinion, and it doesn't even get expounded a lot. Like, it doesn't get expanded upon too much, and it's like, why is it there? Why did you add that there? That was really weird. The worst thing Mundus said about Eva was saying that she was just a brief interest for Sparta. He was surprisingly complimentary to her. Yeah, exactly. Like, so what is this? What is this? Like, this we cannot blame on the Mundus grooming, okay? This is like on him, and it's crazy thing to say. Also, I know people are like, Vergil would not grab Dante's gun to shoot. Why would he fucking use the gun to shoot the dude instead of just using a mirage blade? La 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 la. I don't really care, because I thought it was cool. I don't really care, because I thought it was cool. I'm not gonna lie. Oh my god, Misato, yo! Everybody is having their bad Zozo subs renewed today. Thank you, Zozo. Also, yeah, Vergil trying to take the moral high ground over Dante is really strange, because like, I understand that this is the way he's written in the show, okay, but yeah, it's just really jarring to me, because in the original lore, like, Vergil don't give a fuck about morals. He don't give a fuck about saving no one. He don't give a fuck about generally does not give a fuck about saving people unless it serves him and his purpose, right? So him trying to be like, oh yeah, you killed those demons, Dante, for a paycheck, and it's like, why are you what? That's okay, yeah, you've also killed many humans, and you've also killed demons, Vergil. You've killed demons for Mundus. Like, what are you doing? What are you saying? Okay? In the games, he wanted to be saved, but felt like his mom didn't save him and only Dante, which made him slightly bitter. Yeah, no, yes, that is a thing, but unfortunately, it's not expanded in the show at all. Like, that detail, that very delicious, angsty detail, it gets overshadowed, and it gets replaced by the detail of, oh, Vergil and Dante having a childhood rivalry, and Vergil harbors resentment towards Dante for not being strong enough. Like, that's unnecessary. The amount of nyebut Arané in this docu really shows a lot on what the show does to fans. Yeah. Like, you can hear. Oh shit, what? You could just, like, feel my rage pouring off of this paragraph. People act like Vergil has some kind of Batman trauma over guns and would never touch them. He probably just doesn't want to use them because they're pesky human weapons that are beneath him. Weird complaints. Yeah, like, for me, this is like rule of cool. It was sick as shit. It was really cool, so I don't care. It's fine. And also, the part where Vergil stabs himself with rebellion, right? To headbutt Dante. I thought that shit was cool. I thought that was fire. People are also complaining about this scene being like, Vergil doesn't fight that dirty. Ah la 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 la. But it's like, in my opinion, I think that was his way of telling Dante to stop being a fucking pussy. We're both demons. Just stab me, you know? Because in this scene, Dante's like, I don't want to hurt you, Vergil. This is our first time seeing each other, and God knows how long. Okay, here's my other gripe. Okay, oh my god. Me defending Adi Shankar's writing, who would have thought? So, I've been seeing a lot of complaints about people being like, Dante would not hesitate to hurt Vergil. In the games, they fight like it's nobody's business. Their love language is fighting each other. They fucking love fighting each other. What do you mean? La 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 la. Yes, that's true, okay? But we have to remember that within the context of the Netflix show, this is a different world, a different universe, and in this universe, Dante hesitating to hurt Vergil tracks. It makes sense, and it is in character for Netflix Dante, okay? Because in the games, like, they've been fighting their whole lives, and Dante is very much aware of how much damage Vergil can take, and But in this series, in the Netflix show, this is Dante's first time seeing Vergil after fuck knows how long they've been separated, And in Dante's mind, Vergil is a victim. Like, Vergil is a victim of Mundus. Mundus is brainwashing. La 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 la. Like, of course he's hesitant, you know? And then that's why Vergil stabbing himself with rebellion works, because it's Vergil's way of being like, hey, you, stop hesitating, stop being a fucking pussy and actually fight me. So, I like this bit. I like this part. This is my opinion, you know? Oh yeah, Dante saying I don't want to fight Vergil is really taking me out. It took me out at first as well, because I was like, he would not say that. But we have to remember that this is not game Dante, this is Netflix Dante. There are two completely different characters with different backstories. So I think within the context of the show, like, that's fine. Are you allowed to be annoyed at this difference? Yes! Yes, you are very much allowed to be annoyed, because the dynamic that Dante and Vergil have in the games is great in and of itself, right? It's awesome. It's wonderful. But yeah, it's just different, you know? We were promised the core identity of the characters of DMC, and we got none of that. I've already let go of that. It's been God knows how long since the first season aired, and I think we have very much established that Shankar is writing his own fanfic. And, like, you're allowed to be upset that it's not near, like, you are allowed to be upset that it is not close to the games whatsoever. But me, I think it's because I'm like, I've accepted the fact that it's fanfic, and it's like, okay, fine, whatever. I am willing to suspend my disbelief, and I'm willing to look at these characters for who they are, aka completely separate from the game, you know? But unfortunately, yeah, it is really annoying that he advertised the show initially as, oh, very accurate to the games. Again, man should not have fucking pulled a dream face reveal. But alas, you know? Creating a different story is fine, but changing the aspects of the characters which made us like them in the first place is not fine. That's fair. That is a fair take to have. But because I accept that these are like different versions of them, like Reboot, right? Oh my god, Reboot Dante and Reboot Vergil are fucking nothing like OG Vergil and Dante. Did I still like Reboot for what it was? Yeah. Did I still like Reboot Vergil and Dante for who they were? Kinda, yeah. They were silly, goofy, stupid, and I liked them for being still silly, goofy, stupid, you know? That's my take. That's my take. Like, to me, in my head, Netflix DMC is just completely separate from the games. And I am upset about that fact, but I can't really do nothing. So I'm just gonna judge it on its own merit, you know? What's here? Oh yeah. Really feels like Shankar is purposely making the plot so fucking convoluted to come off as smart or whatever, because what the fuck was that ending? I forgot what the ending was in episode 3, I'm not gonna lie. I completely forgot what it was. Probably Vergil leaving or something. But yeah, even if I forgot what the ending was, I think this opinion of mine permeates throughout my general thoughts of the whole series, because it's like, there's layered writing, and then there's writing that you purposefully make confusing to like come off as like smart or whatever, right? Like, I think this feels like that, and it's just really annoying. Reboot Virgin has a bigger dick, and that sort of made him better. Bastante, please. Please. I also think that we don't need to over-explain Sparta's backstory because it kills the myth. Yes, because every character that describes him in this is in a negative light because they hate Sparta. No, I agree with you. The reason why Sparta works, the reason why both Eva and Sparta are just really good, I love it when characters haunt the narrative. I love it when, you know, all the moves and all the decisions and all the character arcs and stuff that happens towards characters that are like actively pushing the story forward, like they happen because of these past characters haunting the narrative. I think that shit is cool as hell. Doesn't really translate super well to the Netflix show. Also, hi Zozo and Zozo. Oh my god, it's really funny because a bunch of people today had their subscriptions renewed aka like the subscriptions you gifted them. So, you know, thank you for that. Had a bunch of people get renewed today. I appreciate it. Thank you for the multi-month sub. Thank you. Is this a Bible study group? Worse. Hello, welcome in. Welcome. Like, Vergil being so expressive is kind of off. He is a stoic character. Why take that away? Did Mundus give him therapy or something? Unironically, yeah, probably, because he was raised by Mundus, kind of, and he was taught to channel his anger. He was taught to, like, suppress his emotions, right? Yeah. But yeah, it is annoying that the most charming parts of Vergil are basically not present at all. Now my thoughts about Vergil, I'll get into him later, but I don't like the Vergil in this show. I know I kept thirsting for him earlier. I was like, oh my god, his fight scenes are so cool, but like, that's probably the best part of him. Like, his fight scenes are probably the best part, because the script was not great, his characterization was, it leaves a lot to be desired, and it's annoying because, again, I really like the premise of him being groomed by Mundus. Not a great take on the character. So, yeah. Vergil lights. Why Vergil shaped when not Vergil? I feel like that can be said for like literally every other character in the show. Bibleplex study group. Yes, pick up your copy of DMC HD collection and written manuals designated page. Oh my god. Alright, let's continue, shall we? Episode 4. We are 2 hours in, and we are only on episode 4. That's fine. Arius with aura is a weird sight. Arius was surprisingly very auraful. I don't know how to feel about it. I liked him as a villain, but yeah, overall it's kind of weird to say. Also, I need to burp, hold on. Also, Cranberry, thank you for the follow. Another detail that confused me is that Mundus had the Yamato the whole time, and it's established that Yamato is the one thing that bypassed Sparta's barrier. So what was keeping them in hell this whole time? Okay. At first, it was confusing to me as well, because Mundus said that the only person who can travel with the Yamato is Vergil. At first I thought he meant that Vergil is the only one who can go back and forth using the portals, but that's not true. Dante and Lady also use the portals, so it's like, I think it's more so Vergil is the only one who can use the portals, like he's the only one who can open them. I think the Yamato is just not strong enough to transport Mundus, I think. Like, genuinely, it's probably it's probably as stupid as Yamato unable to open a portal big enough for Mundus to go through, to be honest. Probably that. Alright, let's continue. Oh yeah, the power scaling in this is so shit. Wallah, what do you mean Vergil shit all over Dante last episode, only to be tossed around by fucking Arius? The power scaling is also something that annoys me. It annoyed me in season 1, it continues to annoy me in season 2. And then, yeah, this is where I found out that there are, in fact, like, multiple Kai clones, so, Okay, so Arius' goal is to bring back Argisax, whom Mundus killed. And then, yeah, this is me, like, recapping what every character is aiming for and what their motivations are. Arius wants Vergil for his blood to open the portal again. Vergil wants the chalice back to give to Mundus, and also as an excuse to kill Arius because he thinks Arius killed Eva. Dante just wants people to not die, and also he wants Vergil back. Lady wants to assuage her own guilt and also save demons after the bullshittery she pulled. Yeah, that's just me, like, recapping so that I don't lose my train of thought. Why are we getting Aria's backstory? I don't give a fuck, bro. You cannot pay me to give a gaff. Yeah, you could not pay me to have given a gaff about the childhood Arya's backstory. Like, I don't give a gaff. I don't give a gaff, bro. No, Shankar will put a big middle finger in your face and show the Vergil chair meme, but with Mantis. And then, yeah, Fortuna gets mentioned, and I'm just like, oh my god, I'm morbidly curious about Nero. Like, this reaction of me being like, oh my god, don't touch Nero, it's like a knee-jerk reaction, but now that I've calmed down, then actually I've seen the whole show, I'm curious to see how Nero is gonna be handled. I just hope that he just doesn't become a Dan lady child, because that'd be awful. Then yeah, this is me trying to rationalize Vergil talking shit about Eva and Sparta. Every time Vergil says some bullshit about Eva and Sparta, I have to remind myself it's the result of Mundus's grooming. But also hearing him slander his own parents hurts me a lot. Like, he would not fucking say that. But I guess the point is exactly that he would not fucking say that, ergo it's the brainwashing. Unfortunately, this point of mine becomes disproven towards the end, because even after shucking off Mundus's influence and turning Yamato towards Mundus, Vergil still has some shit to say about Eva. Ugh. Good lord. I was doing the DiCaprio pointing meme at the Fortuna mention. I was too. I was like, oh my god, Fortuna mentioned. Placing Argosax as the original Demon King before Mundus was unironically a good idea by Netflix. In the games, Argosax is just a rival king that waged war on Mundus that split Demon World into two factions. No indication that he was the original king. Also adds a bit of irony to Mundus's own destiny. He was a loyal servant of Argosax that betrayed him to save his world, only to then be betrayed by Sparta, who was his own loyal servant that saw how Mundus was no better than Argosax himself. Interesting. Now, I have forgotten literally everything about DMC2. I played that shit like a year ago, apologies. So I mostly forgot about Argosax's background, but thank you for mentioning that, Tambo. That's a really good point. Yeah. And also, you know, Mundus, then I guess it's like Mundus trying to give one last fuck you to Sparta, being like, ha, I took your son in, and now he works for me. Alright, he's not gonna betray me like you did because I groomed him since he was a child. Okay? Ha! I've molded him to be my perfect, you know, like, assistant or whatever. And then whoop-de-doo. Vergil still ends up backstabbing Mundus, so yay. Why does Vergil still believe Mundus if he lied about his mom's death? He's a demon. I don't fucking know, man. I don't know. Alas. They'll hire Ruben Langdon to voice Nero. Oh my god, that would be funny. That would be so funny. Would be funny if Kyrie is going to be in order of Fortuna higher ups in Netflix DMC. Oh my god. Ugh. Agrosex has no background in DMC2. I think I remember reading up on Argosax's background on the wiki, and it says that he was a rival king to Mundus, but like that's about it. That's all I know about him, and I only knew that from reading the wiki. Also, my voice. Oh my goodness, I need to drink some water. Hold on. Thank you for the official hydration. Good lord. Having a story about Arius and not include Lucia as diabolical. Even worse is that she was a 2-second cameo in season 1. To be fair, maybe they'll bring her back later? I mean, I doubt it since they've wrapped up the story of DMC2 in this season. I don't know. I don't know, man. Ha, I got you to say it. Yeah, you did. You got me to say Agrosex instead of Argosex. I didn't mind Ares' new story. I do, however, mind that the alchemic symbolism was stripped away to make him a big tentacle life-sucking monster. Yeah, fair take. And I also dislike the Ariosax design. I thought that because like there's a lot of alchemical references, you know, in relation to Argasax, etc., and Arius, etc., etc. I thought that Argasax's original, like, sex-changing, gender-fluid design was cool. It was cool, and no, they decided to not do that, and I'm like, oh my god, okay, fine, whatever. Ugh. Got rid of Argasax's cuntiness, like, dude. And then this is me getting mad at the Arius backstory again. Also, alright, so Tom. Let's talk about Tom. Football guy. The football guy killing Hopper was a little bit harrowing, not gonna lie. Not even a little bit. I don't know why I said a little bit. I thought it was super harrowing. I'm guessing he's supposed to represent someone who finally realizes this, the system they are so willingly serving as a cog in actually never meant to serve him in the first place. If that makes sense. Like, that moment of realization that, oh, this cause that I've dedicated my life to and that I thought was for good is actually, like, fighting against the very thing that I thought I was going to, you know, get rid of. So, yeah. This was good. Also, yeah, I was freaking out about the mirrors. I was like, oh my god, mirrors mentioned. And then, yeah, this is me being upset about the Argasax decuntification. Ugh. That's just to satisfy Shankar's power fantasy because he hates POTUS. But what do you mean he hates POTUS? Didn't he? Okay, no more talks of politics after this, but, like, didn't he go to the inauguration ceremony? Okay, let's stop talking about that. Anyways, let's move on. And then, yeah, Vergil teleporting Lady and Dante out of the facility gagged the hell out of me. And then, I mean, the coin switch was cool, but you could kind of guess that that happened, so not that shocking, to be honest. That football guy reminded me of Anders from season 1. Get him out of there. True, yeah, like, get my mans out of there. Lucia was a canon possible love interest for Dante in the novels. That pairing I could have vibed with. He just turned the poor lass down. Oh no. Also, I need to burp again. Sorry, guys. Okay, I'm back. Hello. I think my acid reflux is acting up because I ate dinner very late, unfortunately. Hello, Arané, I'm back from Gurkum. What episode are we on? We are towards the end of episode 4. We're about to go into episode 5. Oh yeah, no, this is the part where Arius, like, fucking disappears Vergil. Like, where he... where he beats Vergil and then, like, fucking sends him he fucking Thanos stabs Vergil. Like, I was shook. I was like, what the fuck? Where did Vergil go? And then, yeah, when they kiss after Dante fucking... Oh my god, the Twilight reference is crazy. Yeah, when they kiss after Dante stops the truck, like, I was like, oh my god, call me a party pooper, but the Dan lady is not moving me. Gomen nasai. Sorry. It's weird because I like OG Dan lady, but Netflix DMC Dan lady is just like, oh my god, Dante, get up, you can do so much better. Yeah. The more I sit on it, the more I'm like, I like Dan Lady in anything other than Netflix DMC. Roosevelt, you are so real for that. I laughed at that moment. Yeah, fair. It was really silly. Peak Kino DMC2 reference, a false coin for a farce god. I mean, he's also a farce god, but false god. Yeah. The coin switch was cool. A cool nod to DMC2. Alright, let's move on to episode 5. Episodes 5 and 6 are pretty short. I didn't write down a lot of notes for those. Most of this is just me, like, commentating on the episode. It's not me, like, having thoughts or opinions just yet. Oh, okay, and then this is me reacting to the hanging out montage with Matilda. I thought it was cute. Shankar, your bitch ass better release the full art of Dante as Chun-Li. If they don't release the full art of Dante in the princess outfit and the cowboy outfit and the Chun-Li outfit, I swear to fucking God. I swear to God. Like, please, Studio Mirror, I know you have those reference sheets somewhere. I know you have those reference sheets in the vault, Studio Mirror. Please, please. And, okay, my take. I like Lady's new outfit. I think it's awesome. And I think it's a damn shame she only got it in fucking episode 5. Over halfway in the season. Like, oh my God. And then, yeah, okay, so the moment where they're waiting for Lucan, I'm sorry, I forget his name, where they're waiting for him to destroy the coin, and they have that heart-to-heart in the bedroom, and they kind of open up to each other about their trauma. I liked it. I still don't like Dante and Lady overall, like, together. But it was a good moment. Most understanding has shown, Shankar has shown either of their characters, and the kiss was like a well-deserved kiss. It was a good moment to kiss. But overall, still don't like him, but like this one singular moment, I did like. I'm not gonna lie. He did show the Chun-Li outfit in a panel. What? We got that reference sheet 3 years ago? We fucking did? Where? Damn, I might not be as chronically online as I like to claim that I am. He did? Where? Doko? Wait, Dante as Chun-Li. Oh, shit! Yeah, I've got no clue. I've got no clue that he did that. Oh, damn, alright. Oops. Oh well. I'm one of those that actually dislikes Dante and Lady being in a romantic relationship. That's my pet peeves of the Netflix version. That's a fair take to have, honestly, and I'm kind of the same, but also not really, because it's like, I like the ship. I like reading and watching and looking at fan content of them together, but the thought of them being actually canon, it's like, nah, no thank you. Oh yeah, and this is me being like, oh my God, did they fuck? Did they actually fuck? Oh my God. And then there's me being frustrated at a lady just fighting with those tiny ass pistols, like, oh my fucking God, she deserves Kalina on. Give my girl Kalina on. And yeah, reacting to Lucan's death, you can't even hold yourself together right as he's sliced in half, is absolutely fucking diabolical. Crazy last moment. Absolutely diabolical from Shankar. Jesus. And let's move on to episode 6. Yeah, just talking about Lady's baby outfit. And then me complaining about the fuck-ass angel demons, because I remember them in DMC3, and I remember freaking hating them. And then, yeah, this is the part where Vergil shows up in the Trismagia world? Realm? Mindscape? Or whatever. Ladies recruitment. Yes, ladies recruitment. Dan Lady is unironically the best DMC can offer for Dante because he outright ignores Lucia, Beryl only appears in a novel and end of which he just retires, and Trish is just too weird. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, I'm generally on the boat of, does Dante, like, deserve romance? He does. He deserves good things, but I don't think he's in the mindset of, like, fully committing. That's what I think. I loved Vergil and Matilda. I was muttering Dad Gil over and over. Yes! Yes! Okay. So, yeah, 2 good things in this episode. Finally showing us Vergil throwing hands without Yamato, and Vergil bonding with a tiny child. I was like, oh my God, yes! Dad Gil! That's my Dad Gil! Ah, so cute! So cute! I know that's probably fan service for the Dad Gil girlies, for the Vergil girlies, but like, I don't care. And then, yeah, this is where we get like more backstory about Mundus being Argisax's old, like right-hand man or something. Oh, and then when we go, okay, so when we go through the montage of Arius's like 28 lifetimes, there's one part where it looks like he's an order general. Right? Am I tripping? And then, yeah, there was this one dude who really looked like Credo. He had the fuck-ass bob and he had the goatee. But it can't be Credo, right? Because, you know, Vergil is like, he's a baby. Vergil and Dante are like 18, 19 in the timeline, so it can't be Credo, I'm guessing? But still, it really looked like him. It really looked like him. I think Matilda is the only thing I would like to see in the games. I really, really liked Maddie. I think she was lovely. I think she was so cute. Could be an ancestor of Credo's. Could be. I mean, Credo isn't exactly young when we beat him in DMC4. I mean, even if he was like, what, 30 in DMC4? I don't think it would be possible for the dude in the Arius flashback to be Credo. It could have been Patty, but they had to make a new character. I think people would be more upset if they kind of like tried to shoehorn the Patty being there, because her being Lucan's kid or niece or whatever, I don't think that would make much sense, to be honest. He's only like 5 to 10 years older than Nero. Oh, okay. Sinus, this is funny because before all of this, I never thought about how old Credo could be. So thank you for the confirmation. Okay, so only 5 to 10 years older than Credo. See, Nero, exactly. So the guy in Arius' flashback could not have been Credo then. The base Vergil transports them into was in Fortuna, I think. Arius also talks about the order when his arm is being implanted. Is it Fortuna? It's not said to be Fortuna. It just said that, oh, it's like a secret base in a snowy place. I mean, I guess it could be Fortuna. It could be a nod to Fortuna Castle. I don't know. I don't think it is, to be honest. Since there's like a bunch of Ouroboros, oh god, I'm saying Ouroboros with a Scottish accent, sorry. But yeah, I don't think it's Fortuna, honestly. Oh, and Dante wore Dante's coat during the flashback with Enzo. At first I was just giddy about like baby Dante, but then I noticed like, oh shit, that's the Dante coat. That's funny. Did you not realize that he killed Credo right there? No, exactly. I was like, there's no way that's Credo because he fucking eviscerates the dude when the thing explodes. So I was like, okay, yo, that's not Credo. There was no way. That's probably just some random dude. Because they grew up together, so he was still a kid when Nero was. Ah, I see. Oh yeah, and then, yeah, me being like, okay, I can already see the discourse about whether or not OG Vergil would have saved Maddie. Honestly, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Give me Dad Gil. I'm happy. And I think this is Lady ripping Baines a new one. Yeah. This is Lady, you know, being like, fuck you to Baines. And then this is where the truth about Eva's murder is like slowly coming to light. And then... Yep. No Argisax boobies, unfortunately. Can we talk about how Lucan explanations of magic actually being quantum physics is ass? Like the lore of the pre-split world with advanced civilization and humans coexisting with demons like in myths, but quantum physics, really? I don't really have an opinion on the magic system. I personally like the lack of explanation for all the magic doodly bullshit happening in the games, because it's like, it allows us to be imaginative, it allows us to suspend our disbelief, and it's like, okay, cool, so magical shit can just happen. I much prefer it that way, like in the games. So the fact that they tried to like really explain it here is like, okay, I don't give a gaff. I don't give a gaff. I think it probably was Credo. Nero physically can't exist in this show anyway? Oh yeah, true, he can't. Because Vergil had Nero before he stayed in hell to fight Mundus in DMC3. Like, he fucked that girl. Like, he had Nero before DMC3. Like, he conceived Nero before DMC3. Whereas in this Spider, you just told you. Oh my god! Wait, I just realized that. Spider, you pointing that out made me realize that. What the fuck? Yeah, no. Nero can't happen. Because he hasn't been conceived yet. What? Unless Vergil somehow has some time to fuck a random Fortuna girl sometime during his servitude of Mundus? Maybe, but I doubt it. Yeah, I hate the science stuff they put into the magic of DMC. I like the two being different. Exactly, I agree. Like, let the magic stay magic, you know? Oh. He judgment nutted that girl! He better use... Before he uses hell as an excuse to dodge child support. Judgment nutted is crazy. I kid you not, like a week before season 2 release, I was discussing with another DMC tuber about the idea of humans casting magic by using demonic energy from demonic relics. And shit actually happened. So Nero is now Dante and Lady Baby are a clone. Oh my god. Him being Vergil's son is so good though. Fuck. I can forgive Vergil having, you know, being voiced by Robbie Daymond. I can forgive Dante being really, really silly and kind of like Nero. I can forgive Vergil not being as stoic or as serious, or as chuny, you know? I don't know how I would feel about Nero not being Vergil's kid. Oh my god. Maybe Mundus is a good boss and Vergil got vacation days on Earth. Who knows? Who fucking knows? Vergil used trans-dimensional judgment nut. It's super effective. I told you before the season released, Vergil fucked a random woman first thing after slaughtering that squad because he spent his teenage years without seeing a human girl and folded immediately. Fucking maybe, who knows? Oh my god, how crazy would that be if Nero was half Vergil, half cop? Oh my god, that would be insane. Like, you know, he's already fucked up as it is being half Vergil, half religious trauma. How do you think he would turn out if he was half Vergil, half cop? That'd be crazy. Anyways, yeah, the audio mixing when the music gets loud is so shit. Oh my god. Like when the music does the whole crescendo thing and then it's a tense moment, la 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 la, I get really distracted because the sound mixing is so... Nero already was a cop, only in a cult 90 sense. I mean, I guess that's even worse, because it's like half Vergil, half cop, all religious trauma, you know? And daddy issues. I thought it was fucking crazy. Thank you, Zionist, thank you! It was really prevalent in episode 6, like towards the ending, where it's like a montage between like Dante and Lady, and then, you know, Arya speak like, ah ha ha, the time of Algosax is upon us, and then the music swells and swells and swells, and the music is great, but you can't fucking hear what anyone is saying. Oh my god. Sound mixing, please. And it's really funny because the sound mixing really only bothered me in this moment, specifically. Like at the end of episode 6. That was so bad. Alright, let's move on to episode 7. Okay, and then we finally found out that Mundus did in fact kill Eva, and the whole Argosax thing was a scheme to manipulate Vergil. And then, yeah, Vergil finds out the truth. But then when Vergil finds out the truth, the reaction is like really lukewarm in my opinion. The reason why I thought Vergil just like trusted Arius at the end is because like when Arius tells him and Vergil finds out, he's like, nothing really happens, like no, couldn't be, or I'm not even asking for something as dramatic as that. I'm just asking for a reaction that's not flat face does fucking nothing. Doesn't even like point Yamato at Arius's neck or whatever. Like, come on, man. Just a single point that says, huh, honestly, big mood. Fair. Yeah. Also, thank you for the follow. Thank you. Much appreciated. I understand that the show needs to be a little bit different so people don't expect the story flow, but sometimes it's a 50-50 with how they change the story. In my opinion, it's more like a 70-30, but yeah, I agree with you, Arla. I come back and you're still on episodes. Yes, I am. We're making our way towards the end, though. And then, oh my god, yeah, when Dante tells Argisax and is like, oh, the worst ventriloquist show I've ever seen. I can't even tell which one to use the hand or which one's the asshole. Hot take, I thought that was funny. The weird lore is it's being its own thing from both games and the original anime series. I mean, yeah, we've established that from the very beginning, and some people don't accept it. Some people are still very much upset that this is so far away, and it's a far cry from the games, and you're valid to be upset because of that. But me personally, I've accepted that it's DMC fanfiction. But I'm still gonna judge it on its own merits as a show, as an adaptation, because it is an adaptation. So yeah. Oh no, anyway. He literally, oh no, anyway. And then yeah, this is my theory about the Lucia that we saw in season 1. She's actually a Kai clone gone rogue. Also, did y'all notice that they made the floor in the hotel room floor fucking 67? Did any of y'all notice that? Did y'all notice that? Because I did. And I felt a deep-seated urge to strangle Shankar. I think the reason it was so lame and subdued was because he wasn't allowed to be going crazy with emotion during Schismagia and remain stoic or whatever. It definitely made that moment not hit particularly hard, though. Fuck, that's true. Oh god damn it, an in-lore explanation. Ah, shit. That makes sense, yeah. Because if you let your emotions consume you within the illusion, yeah, you'll become like the zombie people. Still though, it's like, oh my god. It was missing something. It was missing a little pizzazz. Alternative title, Sparta Groupie be yappin'. Girl, hi Edwin, welcome in. I didn't believe my eyes when I saw that shit. I would nearly laughed out loud in the middle of the office. I felt murderous. The fact that you noticed it is making me question our friendship. Okay, that's the thing. I didn't look at it first. It looked at me. It stared at me first, okay? You can't blame me. I'm back. What episode are we at? 7. We are at episode 7. Okay, let's move on. And then, yeah, this is the part where Dante is losing to Argisax, and then Vergil comes in, Yamato swinging. And yeah, like, this whole part is just me being, like, talking about Vergil. Fucking screamed when Yamato came spinning in. Even in a shit adaptation, he's still so awful. That's my husband. Yeah, he's still doing great. He's still doing lovely. Looking great as ever. And then, yeah, unfortunately, I was excited in this moment because it seemed like Vergil, you know, he finds out about the truth. He wants to kill Argisax. He wants to stop the opening of the portal. And that's why I said, oh my god, yay, he got de-lobotomized. But then we're gonna go to episode 8, and then we are going to realize, oh no, he did not get lobotomized. Shit. And then my theory about Nilo Angelo was right, because yeah, he does in fact have an actual DT. And the DT moment pissed me off so bad. The DT made it made me really mad, because when Vergil was like, when the scene was building up, right, the build-up was Vergil explaining how Nilo Angelo worked and being like, no, this is not my true form, this is just me when I channel low levels of demon energy because I want to hide my human form, but I do actually have a true form. And then when he was going on that tangent, I was getting so excited. I was like, yes, DT time, let's go. Pull your devil trigger, Vergil, let's go. And then the DT happens, and then it looks like dog shit, and I got so upset. It was dog shit, and I was so mad because the build-up was good. Ugh. Vergil is such a bipolar bitch in this series. It's crazy, mentally ill, baddie. I mean, yeah, I would imagine that being groomed by a demon king for the better part of your entire life and being manipulated to think that your entire family abandoned you would be really would fuck you up irreparably without therapy. I'm upset because his existence stops any faithful adaptation for at least a decade. Unfortunately, yeah. I know we're at episode 7, but literally just left the stream and rewatch episode 3, and holy, the childhood backstory is irrelevant. It's not great, and it's unnecessary. Had to pause the episode when I saw his devil trigger design, right? I didn't pause, but I did, like, yell out loud. I was like, oh my god, fuck you. I literally yelled, fuck you out loud. Like, it was so... and it pissed me off because the build-up was good, and then he does his little magical girl transformation, and it looks like dog shit. Ugh. Unfortunately. Also, hi, Inverted Realm. Welcome in. Welcome. And yeah, Maddie saving the day was cute. I liked that. I just like Matilda in general. I think she's lovely. Also, yeah, this is the moment where Lady is, like, trying to get to the banquet, and then with Tom. Wait, not the banquet. Yeah, trying to get to the Sparta sword, and the Darkham guards, like, refusing to ignore Arius' orders is really stupid. Wait, oh god, this is a stupid-ass plan. What plan? Oh, right, the plan to send Argisax to Makai. Initially I thought it was stupid, but I guess they didn't really have any other choice, so I feel like we're going a bit too fast with facing Demon Kings. Like, yes, even in DMC3, the twins were already the strongest characters out there beside the Demon Kings, but Dante didn't reach the Demon King level until the anime rolled in. In DMC1, he beat Mundus by relying on Sparta's power. And I mean, kind of the same thing happened here, because they didn't end up beating Arius by themselves. They let Mundus kill Ariusax, so kind of similar. Maddie was an okay addition to the franchise. She wasn't amazing, but I liked her being there, you know? Any plot device that allows us to have a little bit of dad guilt, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know that character had a name. His name is Tom. Yes, apparently. I forget where it's mentioned that his name is Tom. No, Lady mentions his name. When Lady is, like, strapped to the cryo chamber or whatever the hell, and he's like, hey, you! Yeah, Tom, right? I think that's where she mentions his name. Yeah. When you look at Dante and Vergil's DMC3 devil triggers, the ones without the chins, they're insanely similar. They went the extra mile though, making them literal identical palette swaps with different horns. Well, they are twins. Yeah, they are twins. But that's the thing. I like that the DTs are similar. I just don't think the DT designs are great. Like, I think it's just too much of one color, because the DT designs throughout they have a lot of different textures, a lot of, like, various shades of red and black, right? For both Dante and Vergil. And I get it, okay, it's like, it's a 3D model, it's 3D animated, it's gonna be a lot simpler if they use just, like, few colors and few shapes and textures, but still, I don't like the DT designs. I don't like them. I don't like them at all. Never thought we'll see Mundus fight Argisax, but the fight was pretty cool. Not great, but pretty cool. It was cool. Okay. Oh, and yeah, this is me complaining more about the power scaling. They did all of that with their devil triggers, and Argisax doesn't even flinch, but suddenly 2 demon charged bullets from E&I, not even in the correct jackpot pose, mind you, can push Argisax into the fucking sky. Well, I guess the logic is that they hit him in his soft squishy bits instead of his exoskeleton, but still, this part was a little bit annoying. Like, wow, the power of brotherhood pushed Argisax into the portal. Crazy. And then, yeah, this is me being angry again. The wrong jackpot pose still pisses me off so bad. Larpy Shunker, when I get you. Wow, I was so mad. I was so mad when I wrote this. I was so angry. The wrong jackpot pose still pisses me off so bad. Larpy Shankar, when I get you. Like, why put in that stupid fucking lawn chair when you can't even reference one of the most iconic moments of the franchise correctly? I was so mad. Understandable crash out, thank you. Disappointed Vergil didn't say jackpot too. Yeah, he just says, oh, you can't be saying that juvenile thing again. Oh my god. Suck it up, Vergil, come on. Also, Oichu, hello, Oichu, welcome. And finally, we are at the final episode of the series. We're at the season finale. I'm thirsting over Sparta. I mean, you guys know me, you know my type. I like my broad-shouldered, white-haired men. I can't help myself. Also, the brief glimpses that we got of Sparta's human form. Ooh. Ooh. Why'd they make him a deadbeat? Oh no. Mans was fine as hell. And oh yeah, I didn't really talk about the intro at all, but I like the intro. It's cool, I never skip it. And the fact that it's like quite short helps me never skip it because it's sweet and short. It's nice. I like the intro, not gonna lie. You thirsting over Sparta was nothing compared to the way Mundus glazed him. I mean, I guess that was Mundus's way of making sure Vergil stayed by his side, or like making sure that Vergil stayed manipulated, I guess. But yeah. If they want to make Darkstalkers canon in the anime, then Morgan must be Nero's mom and Annie. Makai is what they call what hell is called in Darkstalkers. There are also plenty of other references, such as the Raccoon City job, that points me. So this is one thing that irks me. It feels like Shankar is pushing for a Capcom-connected animated universe, the key piece of evidence being Makai. Huh. I recognize the Raccoon City reference. It was in season 1, right? When Dante was like, oh, Enzo, this is like that job you got me in Raccoon City, ah la 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 la. Then people freaked out about it. Oh. I'm not familiar with Darkstalkers at all. Sorry, ESL. So I wouldn't know. The music during the Arias part in the intro goes hard. It does! I mean, the whole thing goes hard, but... Oh, okay, and this is where I'm gonna talk about Dante and Vergil's dynamic. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, Vergil throwing himself into the rift made my heart drop out of my ass, but Dante tumbling in after him made me smile. Oh. I'm not gonna lie. Episode 8 really hit me in the chest. I think it hit me harder than it did in DMC3. I'm not gonna lie. Crucify me all you want. But yeah, the scene where Dante like is reaching out for Vergil as Vergil like falls into hell in DMC3, like that was really heartbreaking. Yes, but here it's like in episode 8, it's oh my god, because it's kind of split into two parts, right? The first part of the fall is when Vergil throws himself into the rift, and then Dante is like, no! And then he actually does make it through the gate, right? And then Dante follows Vergil into hell. Like, that made me smile, because it's like, oh my god, Dante did the thing that he couldn't do in DMC3, aka follow his brother into hell. Like, wow. Crazy. Don't! No! I can see that. The show is more open about how painful it is for Dante losing Vergil. Yeah, yeah. And I'm not saying that the show is better for being more explorative? How do you pronounce that word? Being more, like, going into more depth about Dante's trauma, because the way Dante's trauma is handled in the games is, like, it's its own thing, you know? Dante and Virgil are very emotionally constipated in the game, so it's understandable. But I'm just saying it's a different take, and it's a take that I really enjoy, and I personally thought was more emotionally gripping. And yeah, I guess we get some cool fights we never could have gotten in the games. Virgil fighting with his bare fists, Arya Sachs versus Mundus, Lady versus Kai, or Lucia, or whoever you want to call it, etc., etc. So it was cool. And yeah, I love the scene in the Trismagia world where Virgil fights without Yamato, like just fucking kicks the shit out of people. I thought that was cool. I liked it. Oh, and yeah, first ever Dante F-bomb, and it was deserved. It was the, "You're a fucking liar!" when he was yelling at Mundus. Like, honestly, deserved F-bomb, to be honest. I think episode 8 is a better finale and probably the series' best episode. I don't have any thoughts about that yet. I think I'm gonna try and get through episode 8 before I jump to conclusions, but at least Trismagia and the Netflix DMC is not just a guns galore fight. Yeah, I remember fighting that big bitch. It was so annoying. I mean, to be fair, every single boss in DMC2 is guns galore, but you know, that's neither here nor there. And yeah, this is me getting pissed with Mundus's like gaslighting and going back and forth and doing whatever he can to keep Virgil on his side. Mundus like Sparta toxic yaoi. I think I wrote this during the flashback. Where, yeah, like Mundus was telling the story of Sparta's betrayal. Okay, this is Indonesian. I'm gonna read it out loud first, and then I'm gonna try my best to translate it into English. Because I was so mad during this part that I reverted back to my factory settings. Gimana sih? Jadi Mundus tuh ngakunya kalau Sparta mengkhianati dia karena Mundusnya udah terlalu bloodthirsty dan parnoan sebagai seorang raja. Tapi kayak ngapain Mundus introspeksi diri sedalam itu? Dan ngapain itu introspeksi diri? Kayak dikasih tau ke Virgil, kayak nggak penting anjir. Apa sih anjing, ini dialog kagak jelas, cok. So this is the part where Mundus tells Virgil that, oh yeah, Sparta's betrayal was justified. I mean, he didn't explicitly say it was justified, but he was trying to tell Virgil that Sparta betrayed me for a reason. That reason being I was getting too bloodthirsty and becoming super paranoid of everybody in my court. You know? Like it was kind of implying that he deserved the betrayal, kind of? And it's like, it was a really weird moment, because I understand that this is Mundus's attempt at swaying Virgil, because I think now it is established, like, we know that Mundus does not want Virgil fighting against him. He will do everything and anything in his power to keep Virgil by his side. Why? We don't really know. We don't know, is it because Mundus wants, like, to do a big last fuck you to Sparta by imprisoning and, you know, brainwashing his son? Is he scared of Virgil? Like, is he scared of what Virgil can do? Therefore, his thought process is, okay, if Virgil is not on my side, he's gonna fight me. And if he fights me, I don't want to do that. I know Dante is gonna fight me, so if I can somehow make one of the twins get on my side, that'll be like a good thing for me. Like, we don't know why he's doing this, but we've established that he is manipulating and lying and gaslight girl bossing his way to Virgil's good graces, right? But still, this part where he like glazes the fuck out of Mundus is like, dude, okay, sure, I guess. Oh yeah, he betrayed me because I was being an asshole. Proceeds to vaporize a guy for asking him to nuke the humans, right? He was trying to make it seem like he reflected on his mistakes and changed compared to how he was back then. In reality, he's still the same motherfucker he always was. Yeah, like, I do find his scheming and gaslighting really interesting, though. I do. I've said this before. I liked Mundus here. I liked his shenanigans. I liked the way he spoke to Virgil. I liked the way he treated Virgil, because it's really spine-chilling, right? It's really reflective of, like, he's written to be an abuser, and it's written well, in my opinion. Like, he is really written to be a piece of shit, gaslighty, manipulative abuser, and it's written well. So, I guess he was genuinely trying to manipulate Dante and Verge as best he can, because he doesn't want them to rally against him, but also he doesn't want to kill them if he can't help it. Yeah. And he's still trying to convince the twins that Sparta didn't love Eva or them. Yeah, like, even when he's trying to save his own skin, he's still being like, but yeah, no, even though Sparta, like, even though I did mistakes in the past and Sparta was right to rebel, but like, Sparta didn't love your mom. She was a deadbeat. Ah, la 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 la. Oh yeah, and this is the scene where Vergil is like, I choose Makai. I choose my home. And then he kicks Dante out of the demon realm. Yeah, so basically this episode splits the Vergil falling into hell moment into two halves, right? In the games, it's, you know, Vergil falling into hell, Dante reaching out, and then, you know, Dante cutting himself on Yamato. In here, it's split into two. The first half is Vergil throwing himself first, and then Dante throwing himself after, you know, following his brother wherever he goes, which, you know, it gives you a little bit of hope. It gave me a little bit of hope. I'm not gonna lie, I was like, wait, are they gonna give them a happy ending? No, bitch, they didn't. And then Vergil fucking yeets Dante out, and that hurt really, really bad. I'm not gonna lie, again, it did hurt me more than it hurt in DMC3. It was, oh my god. It was terrible. The final fight between Vergil and Dante was kind of emotional. It got me. The final showdown was, oh my god, it was harrowing, honestly. It was quite harrowing. The whole reasoning for Vergil staying in hell was so confusing. I don't know whether I was just tired, but my god, what was happening? Yeah, here's the thing. I love the whole thing of Vergil jumping in, Dante following, but then Vergil still ending up like pushing Dante into Earth. That premise is good. I liked it. It was heartbreaking. But Vergil's reason for staying in hell was also really fucking confusing, because it's like, Vergil, you have shown absolutely nothing but indifference and contempt towards Eva this entire fucking season. Okay, you've been very neutral towards Eva, and then the only time you open your mouth to talk about her, it's like borderline contempt, or like saying that she's weak, or saying that, oh, it's her fault that I'm weak because I got my human side from her. La 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 la. And then suddenly, at the end, he's like, okay, I'm grateful for you for purging my human side. But unfortunately, you killed my mom. That shit don't make sense. What the fuck? Huh? Why? No, Hagalaz, you're correct. I agree with you. It's a shame because the structure of the scene, it's like, it's good, it's heartbreaking, but Vergil's reasoning for staying in hell is really stupid. I don't get it. Ugh. Yeah, I love when they do the flashes between their childhood and the main fight. Yeah, that part was good. And DMC5 Dante versus Vergil choreography during that fight too. Oh, there was? I mean, I haven't gotten to that part in DMC5, so I wouldn't know. I think what got me is when Dante looks at Vergil as he's flying into the human world and we see a child Vergil surrounded by fire. I'm not gonna lie, when Vergil yeeted Dante back into Earth, I teared up. I wasn't crying, but I did tear up. I was like, oh my god, no, it was really sad. I guess it goes to show how much potential the scene had, because despite Vergil's fuck-ass reasoning that made no sense, I still cried. It was still really emotional. I think, this is why I think Adi is taking more from Reboot than main DMC. My name is Vergil Sparta. You killed my mother. Prepare to die. Now, here's my takeaway. So, I liked episode 8. I did. It's just that Vergil's reasoning pissed me off, and the ending montage of like Lady waiting for Dante, la 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 la. The timeline's pissing me off. Because on Vergil and Dante's side, we're at the end of Devil May Cry 3. Because Vergil is staying in hell to fight Mundus and just waiting to, become permanent Nilo Angelo, I guess. While Lady is literally at the start of Devil May Cry 3. Because right now she's trying to find Daddy Arkham so she can kill him. Which is what she's started off with DMC3 as. So how's this gonna work? What's gonna happen next? I don't know. I can't even begin to imagine what's gonna happen in season 3. I don't know. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Going through the whole series. I think Vergil wanted to fight Mundus right there with Dante, but Dante refused, so he had to throw him back and do it on his own. Still stupid though. No, very much still stupid, I think. We had Dante and now we have Vergil. Exactly. Meanwhile, Argisax and Arius are at the end of DMC2 because they fucking dead. I feel like Vergil was just trying to convince himself that he was over his mom as Mundus raised him to reject his emotions, but in the end he couldn't let go and he genuinely loved his mom. Good explanation, actually. Huh. I guess Oh god, I, as the watcher, fell for the facade that the characters is trying to convey. Oh no. Good explanation, Danville, actually. Perhaps. I think DMC Season 3 will be another mixture of DMC 3 with bits of DMC 1. Probably, yeah, because there are still some things that haven't been explored from DMC 3, and then obviously with, Vergil being stuck in hell and probably gonna lose against Mundus, it's gonna move the twins towards DMC 1. So, what happens next is Hideki Kamiya intervening and pulling the plug on the show! Unfortunately, Season 3 has been greenlit. Wait, I'm not hallucinating this, right? I'm pretty sure Season 3 has been greenlit. Let me check. Devil May Cry Netflix Season 3. Has it? Oh, never mind. It hasn't been officially renewed. Wait, no, it did. What? So is it getting renewed or not? It has been rumored to be greenlit. Oh, okay. Hello, miss. Hi, why did I call you miss as well? Sorry. Mouth moved faster than my brain. Oops. Hello, Katak. Welcome. It's in pre-production. Wait, for real? Oh, shit. Okay. Ah, shit. Here we go again. Also, hi, Lawfin. Do you have something to say to those who says it's just a different interpretation, it's not canon? You don't need to be that angry. Alright. I've seen a lot of discourse about this, and here's my take as someone who... Okay, so I explained earlier that I accept the Netflix show as a piece of fanfiction. I acknowledge that it's fanfiction. I treat it like it's fanfiction. When there are like a ton of deviations that stray far away from the games, I'm just like, okay, it's an alternate universe. Even so, I am not gonna fault the people who are like very loudly protesting against the show and trying to make their concerns and their complaints known to prevent new seasons being greenlit. I don't fault those people at all. That's fine. Am I gonna be part of the crowd who does that? Probably not. But I don't fault the people who are trying to do it, because this is the first piece of Devil May Cry media we've gotten in how many years? 7-ish years. And the quality is not up to par. It's not like we don't want a new... in general, the fandom does not want a new story. They want a continuation. People want to know what happens next. We don't want an alternate universe. And if the reception towards the show is like generally positive, then yeah, I understand the fear of, oh my god, what if Capcom takes this as the green light to do whatever the fuck they want with DMC? What if it's like a green light for them to align the story of the show to the main canon? Or what if it's like a green light for them to make a new reboot that's within the vein of the show? Like, I understand the concerns. So that's what I have to say about that, in my opinion. But also to the people being super vitriolic to the point of like threats and violence and, you know, racism against Mr. Shankar, like those people, dude, calm down. Like, this isn't a DMC fan thing, this is just like a don't be an asshole thing in general, so yeah. It is a different universe, but the excuse is ass because it's not just about the story, it's about characters being nothing like they're meant to be. Yeah, that's also fair. That's totally fair. I feel like they made some changes from fans not liking it, so it's not all completely bad fans being loud. Yeah, I will say I did like Season 2 better than Season 1, but it's like, even though I am viewing it as its own thing, I'm still upset about the fact that it's not... I mean, if you asked me, Arané, would you rather have an adaptation that's a lot more close to the source material? Fuck yes! Yes, I would! I would kill for that! Are you kidding me? But... shit. I don't know, I guess I'm kind of being a bit defeatist about it, because in my head it's like, I mean... it's already happened, milk is already spilled. Fuck, all I can do is just watch it. DMC 1 remake was leaked, but that's still far in the future. I don't believe that leak, I'm sorry. I don't really believe it, to be honest. I'm not going to believe anything until we get some crazy ass teaser drop at the Game Awards, or like a State of Play or something. Or what are the Xbox showcases called? Yeah, one of those things. So yeah. My whole thing is, if they're going to say they won't change anything and it'll be a faithful adaptation, then change the entire character's personality, then you can't just say it doesn't have to be one-to-one. Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying that, oh, it doesn't have to be accurate, because like, I never said that. It's more so just me being like, just standing there being like, ugh, fuck. This is just a fucking fanfic. Okay, fine, I'll treat it like a fanfic, you know? Defeatist, like I said. Like, whatever. I pray that leak is false. Fuck remakes, give me DMC 6. But that's the thing though, I would be okay with a remake. I don't know if I would want a DMC 6, because I think the story of the Sparta sons ended quite nicely in 5, so for me it's like, it's either a Sparta prequel spin-off, or hell, fucking give us a Trish and Lady game spin-off. I think that'd be cool. TBH, I never played DMC my entire life, but ever since DMC 5 came out, I've been watching a bunch of lore videos on YouTube. Lawfin, play it yourself. Genuinely. The game is on sale on Steam right now. How much does it cost? Let's see. It's like, what, $5? Okay, Devil May Cry 5. Okay, it is 85% off. I don't know how much that is in dollars, but in Indonesia, it went from almost 400,000 rupiah to 58,000. So yeah. Get it yourself, play it yourself. It is a treat. It's so good. I wouldn't be upset with the remake because it'll make marathoning the games easier. Fair. What about the Sparta grandson? Would I be mad at a game that features Nero and Kyrie's child? I don't know. I don't know, to be honest. I don't know how I'd feel about that. I'm not gonna lie. A YouTuber, some sort of East Asian character that I'm not familiar with, Kyle, has made sitcom-type videos for the Sparta family, and I take them as canon. They're lovely. Okay, I'll check them out later, thanks. I mean, they could give us a final confrontation with Mundus in DMC 6. He was trapped, not killed in DMC 1, I think. I keep asking that question, and then people a lot of the times have, like, different answers for me. I'm like, wait, is Mundus dead or not? Some people say yes, some people say no. I don't know. Nero is Sparta's grandson. Oh wait, I read that wrong. I thought, okay, when I read that in my head, it was like, oh wait, Virgil and Dante's grandson. But yeah. But Nero is like, what other growth? What other type of growth can Nero go through? I don't know, to be honest. DMC5 is like $10 on Steam. Yeah! Sebagai anak kosan, I still have to save my money, Sag. Okay, no, that's totally fine then. Sorry. Especially in this economy. Oh alah, WNI toh. Jujur, I kira Anda orang luar, makanya I suruh beli. Tapi kalau WNI, bagus. Perketat sabuknya ya kawan. Semangat jadi WNI. Kalau WNI ya udah nggak usah beli, nggak apa-apa. He was sealed, not killed. People misunderstand it. Oh, okay, I see. Thanks for the confirmation. It'll be amazing to have a DMC game that takes place before all the story and we get to play as Sparta. Yeah, no, I agree. I would really like a Sparta spin-off as well. And thank you for the hydration, Oichu. Thank you. Same, kukira kamu orang luar. What? Did you think my name was Purnama because I was some sort of Indo-boo? That would be so funny. Nero's growth mechanic-wise would be switchable bullet types and rotationable devil breakers. Could be cool. Also, I need to burp again, sorry. I want a new Dante solo game set just somewhere earlier in the timeline, optimally between DMC2 and DMC4. Oh, that'd be cool. So wait, a game during his depression era? I mean, yeah. Interesting idea. Could be. A Vergil standalone game would be cool, like him completing the rituals to raise the tower from DMC3, or perhaps the story of Fortuna. Vergil doesn't get much screen time despite being so important. True, yeah. That'd be interesting, actually. The thought of a Vergil solo game never crossed my mind. Which is crazy, considering that I glazed the man like no tomorrow. Shit, that'd be cool, actually. I definitely love that. My whole thing is, wait. Where's the message? I watched the anime with my brother, and it literally just felt like they wrote Dante like he was Nero. Yeah, I could see that, definitely. Vergil should be the primary playable character in DMC6, but not the only one. One thing I wanted to know about DMC though, who's Nero's mother, it can't be just a random woman. Hot take? I don't think who the mom is important. And I think us knowing who the mom is would just ruin the mystery, I think. Like, if at some point in the future we're gonna get a lore drop, at the very most, I just want to get a glimpse of her face, but I don't want to know her name, I don't want to know her social standing, I don't want to know who she is in Fortuna, whether she is an order person, whether she's like a higher up, whether she's just a random lady. Like, I don't want to know, to be honest. I would very much prefer not to know. Are they just saying that because she don't want competition? Exactly, I'm a non-sharing Yume, sorry. No, I'm joking. Like, genuinely, I like the mystique that surrounds the lady in red. I think that makes her really cool. So, I'd rather not know, sorry. It's heavily implied that the random lady that glanced at Vergil in DMC4 was Nero's mom. Yeah, that's why I referred to her as the lady in red, because she was wearing... Whoa, what the fuck was that? There was a big noise. That's why I called her the Lady in Red. Vergil's solo game would definitely be about his judgment, not into ransom Fortuna girl, poor girl. This has inspired me to write my own post DMC5 script for a show. If Adi's script can get him the rights, then surely I can too. Hey, you miss all the shots you don't take. Go for it, Zionist. She wasn't in Nero's life, so I don't really have interest in her. Fair. Yeah, absolutely fair. Always thought the mom was the teacher of the game, Summon Night 6. I've got no idea what that is. Anyways, we haven't gotten to the next part of my notes. Alright, so I'm just gonna breeze through the other characters quickly because mostly I kind of just want to talk about Vergil, to be honest. Heh, sorry. Right, so Dante, very little notes, and yeah, these very short lines about Dante shows that there was not enough Dante in season 2. Like, oh my god, this is his show. Devil May Cry is the Dante game. Why is there so little Dante? Then I have notes about the White Rabbit. Nothing much. It's just me like recapping who the White Rabbit is and his motivations. And then I have some notes about Mundus. Claims that he simply wants to manage/rule hell by himself and that he just wants to be left alone, which is a fucking lie, because he does in fact want to go to the human realm to kill motherfuckers and rule Earth too. And this lie he keeps up because he wants to keep appearances with Vergil, right? Because he wants to continue manipulating Vergil. Groomed Vergil to side with the demons and made him his closest confidant. Rules tyrannically, so the only ones who like him are powerful demons up top, plus demons who value power, aka Vergil. The weaker ones are like, fuck this guy, I just want to live life, man. Have you read Visions of V? I have not. I need to. Unfortunately, I haven't touched a single piece of media outside of the games. I need to, though. I need to. I know how important they are for, like, backstory and showcasing, like, lesser-known parts of the characters. I also noticed there's a bit of a contrast between Baines and Mundus this season. Both groomed Lady and Vergil respectively, but in the end, Baines did care for Lady and tried to make the right choice in the end, which got him killed, while Mundus doesn't really care for Vergil as a person, only as a weapon. I noticed that as well, Danville. Like, the parallels between Lady and Vergil were like, oh shit, okay. You know, it really did seem purposeful, because I remember there was like kind of a cut-to-cut back and forth between Lady and Vergil, which reminded me of the fact that, oh shit, yeah, no, there's a lot of parallels in their stories, so. Well, gotta go have a nice stream, everyone. Thank you for subbing by, Arla. Oh god, I need to wrap this up because I need to get to bed, but yeah. And then this is me. Notes about Arius, not important. None of these notes are super important except for Vergil's, because this is just me like recapping everybody's motivations and the stuff that they do. And then Vergil is me actually having an opinion. So let's go. Let's look at Vergil. Netflix Vergil was groomed by Mundus. He was also manipulated by Arius via Lucia, well not Lucia, Kai. Yeah, Kai, to go back to Earth to seek answers about the Arcana, Ouroboros, and the death of Eva because Arius needs his blood. And then he uses getting the chalice back as an excuse, so Mundus will let him go back to Earth. And, alright, so, OG Vergil is traumatized by Eva's death. And also losing Dante. Blames himself for the tragedy and vows to become the most powerful being ever as a trauma response. In this process, he throws away his humanity and embraces his demonic side because in his head, his human side is weak. However, Netflix Vergil is also traumatized, but because Mundus was there to catch him during the fallout, he was successfully manipulated and groomed into being Mundus' soldier. So, what was his motivation to continue existing and fight for power this entire time? OG Vergil's motivation was to no longer be seen as weak and to take over hell eventually, to spit in Mundus' face. But Netflix Vergil's vengeance, at first it was directed at Arius, and then towards the end it's directed at Mundus. And then yeah, in the finale I'm like, okay, the finale solidified my opinion on this version of Vergil. I think what pisses me off about this version of Vergil, let's try saying that 3 times fast, is that, okay, so in the OG story, he became who he was in DMC3 largely by himself. Yes, he was traumatized, and yes, he was fucked up due to external factors. There were external factors, but in the end, he chose to take the route that he did. But with Netflix DMC, you don't really get much of a choice when you're groomed as a fucking child. Also, the feelings about Eva are so weird. Thank you for the follow, thank you. Even after the truth comes out, Vergil still sees his human side as weak and frail and still has shit to talk about Eva. Yet in the final moments, he says that Mundus killing Eva was enough for him to turn his sword against Mundus. Like, why? Also, yeah. In the OG DMC, Vergil values power because of his own thought processes and because of the journey that he went on by himself. You know, yes, he started that journey due to trauma, okay? Because of outside forces, that's why the outside forces nudged him down that path, yes. But overall, he values power because of the lessons that he learned as he was going down that path. But in Netflix DMC, he was taught to value power by Mundus. And then this lesson was drilled into his skull, and it was exacerbated by his childhood resentment of Dante. Cause he's like, okay, I need to be, you know, Dante knocked me around back then. I can't be doing that. I need to be more powerful. And yeah, I was like, okay, the childhood rivalry was like very much unnecessary. So yes, those are my thoughts. Like, that's not Vergil. That's not my baby. That's not my husband. He's so different. It's upsetting. It's frustrating. The only good thing about Vergil this season is his not relationship, but like his dynamic with Dante and how the trauma, like the shared trauma between them is explored a little bit more. But Vergil himself as a character, no, I don't like him. Imposter Vergil, You should, it's more about Vergil than V, including when their house was attacked from Vergil's POV. Ooh, okay, I need to get around to it then. I literally thought that maybe Mundus was really in love with Sparta and is now projecting it to Vergil, forcing things to keep Vergil close to him so he can project his love towards Sparta, towards Vergil. Mas Dante, you should hop on AO3. Jesus Christ. Wow. I didn't even thought of that. That's crazy. I mean, I for a second there I was like, okay, Dante, Sparta x Mundus, toxic yaoi, but I didn't think that deeply. I'm not gonna lie. I already said how Vergil was likely just trying to gaslight himself that he didn't care about Eva, because Mundus taught him to reject his emotions and humanity only for the gaslight to never work as he genuinely loved her. That's fair, and also interesting, because yeah, if that is true, then that means I fell for the character's facade, you know? Like, everyone else around Vergil was fooled. Dante was fooled. Mundus was fooled because he thought his gaslighting was working. I was fooled. But yeah, shit. That would be interesting plot for season 3! There is a fic with that premise. Hagalas, I know for a damn fact there are many fics with that premise. This is not my first rodeo. I have gone spelunking down the Sparta X Mundus tag on AO3, okay? Which, surprisingly, not a lot of fics in there. Not a lot. There are some, but it's not like an egregious amount. OG Vergil has a complex about more power while he in actuality is already OPAF is the main point of his complex. Yeah, because it's like, with OG Vergil, it's like nothing will be enough for him, right? He can be OP as shit. He could kill fucking God himself and it'll never be enough. He will never feel like he's powerful enough. You know, he's biting off more than he can chew. Hence the fucking Clyfoth fruit. Not fruit, tree. Stairs in shipper. Science. Stairs in Coffin of Andy and Lily. Stairs in Brocon. Anyways. Alright. Those are all my thoughts. I've gotten everything that I wanted to get out. Everything that I needed to get out. And yeah. Shit. On a scale of 0 to 10. 5? Well, no, maybe not 5. That's a bit low. 5.8? 5.8, I think, is my rating. Because 6 seems a bit high, but 5 is also low, so I'm gonna give it on like the higher end of 5. 5.8, I think. There were enjoyable moments, but at the end of the day, it's like, have you gone down the Mundus X Vergil rabbit hole? I think I did, but I went down the rabbit hole when I was like a super new fan, so unfortunately I didn't have the appreciation and I didn't have like as much background information that I should have to like fully appreciate the ship, if that makes sense. Maybe I'll like use that as an opportunity to go spelunking back down that hole. Maybe. Fact, Vergil's need for power becomes an obsession. Like the novel saved Vergil in 3 had a chance of beating Mundus. Had he not been injured after his fight with Dante, he kind of was the strongest. Exactly! Like, bitch was OP as fuck already. And definitely his loss against Mundus in DMC3 exacerbated his obsession for power. Definitely. Absolutely. Yeah. Vergil needs some electric resistance. Vergil to electric boogaloo. Appreciated it. It was validating to see someone point out the same issues I had with the season. Thanks! Yeah, and I really appreciated the discussion I had with everybody who had differing opinions from me. It was great. It was awesome. It was lovely to have like a full-fledged, great discussion, you know? Damn girl, you still going? I'm about to end. No raid for Twitch because I need to get to bed and I don't have the brain capacity to do my usual niceties, yeah? But yeah, thank you guys so much for today. It is 12:30 a.m. Jesus fuck, I have to be up in... I don't want to count how many hours of sleep I'm gonna get. Oh no. It's fine though, it was worth it. It's time to sleep. Thank you guys so much for today. This was super fun. I got to let out all of my thoughts, all of my opinions. This was fun. Maybe we should do this more in the future, yeah? Maybe I'll just like pick a random movie or TV show or game or whatever. I'll consume it myself and then we can yap about it on stream. It'd be cool. Yeah. Thanks for the stream, my lady. Have a nice sleep. We love you. Love you guys too. Thank you, Danville. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. Much appreciated. And thank you for the head pats, Oichu. I'm not religious enough to keep up with the Bible study sesh. No, Zozo, it's fine. It's good that you're not like as emotionally invested as I am in this discussion, okay? I'm glad I found you. Oh, Lofen, that's so sweet of you to say. I'm glad you found me. I hope to see you guys next time. Have a good night. Bye-bye, good night. It was very fun. My Vergil love got reciprocated. Good night. Exactly. I'll see you guys tomorrow, right? Because tomorrow we will be continuing Devil May Cry 5. We will be doing White Boy Wednesdays. Hell yeah. All right. So if you're new here, hi, hello. My name is Arané. I am a professional yapper, but I also play lots of games. Currently, I am playing The Coffin of Andy and Lily. I'm also working my way through Devil May Cry 5. I'm attempting to play Expedition 33. I am also playing through Pragmata. We will be playing Pragmata on Saturday. If you want to look at my stream schedule, my stream schedule is in my YouTube community posts. It's also in my Twitter page, right? If you like what you watch, you like what you see, you want to find out what an next stream, you want to interact with me, you want to say hello to me, you want to watch my clips, follow me on Twitter. Twitter is the place to be because I don't have a Discord server and I don't plan on making a Discord server ever. So yes, please follow me on Twitter. My Twitter is down in the description of the YouTube stream and it's also in my Twitch panels. Yeah? Diana, my baby girl, yeah, we're gonna be doing Pragmata this Saturday, yeah. Oh yeah, thank you guys so much, and thank you to the new people who found me, by the way. Welcome in. So happy to recruit you to the cult. Haha. Wait, no, what did I say? Cult? No, we're not a cult. Well, we're totally well-adjusted, normal people. Yeah, thank you guys so much for today. I love you. I will see you tomorrow for White Boy Wednesdays. Bye bye. Thank you. Bye bye.